That's what.
Right? Okay. You want to zoom in? You can zoom in.
This enough. Normal.
Yeah. Students, if you want to see the question with clarity, you can zoom in your Zoom screen. You can expand it, and then you can look at the question in the Zoom form. So I will explain quickly.
Yeah, good evening, students. This is day 2 of JEE Mains exams. So we are explaining the paper of the first shift, 9 to 12, and this is memory-based questions. So there may be some errors in the numericals and all. We have collected from our students all these questions. So let us go for the questions. The first question. It's a question from parabola. Let P be any point on the parabola y squared equal to 12x. N be the foot of the perpendicular from P on the axis. A is the midpoint of Pn. A line AQ is drawn parallel to axis, passing through A. Meet the parabola at Q. If y-intercept of NP is equal to 4, then the length of Pn. So let us consider a parabola. Y squared is equal to 12x. And P be any point on this curve. Generally, we take the point as 80 squared, 480, 280. So 4a is equal to, in this case, 12, a equal to 3. So 80 squared, a is 3, 80 squared, 280. So that becomes 60. So we have taken the general point P and given that n be foot of the perpendicular from P on the axis. So I am drawing a perpendicular. So this point is given as n. So I can consider this point as 3t squared, 0. Now A is the midpoint of Pn. So the midpoint of A we can consider as 3t squared, 3t. And given a line AQ is drawn parallel to axis passing through A. So we are drawing a line parallel to axis through the point A. And this means the parabola at the point Q. And given that if y-intercept of NP, it's not NP, y-intercept of, there is a mistake here, this will be Qn. Y-intercept of Qn is equal to 4, y-intercept of this line given. Then we have to find out what is the distance Pn. So let us find out the point Q. Since it is parallel line, the y coordinate of this point and this point will be same. So let us take the point as x1, 3t. Since the point lies on the curve, if I substitute here y squared, that is 9t squared, that is equal to 12 into x1. So I can get the value of x1. x1 is equal to 3 by 4 t squared. So the point Q is given by 3 by 4 t squared, 3t. Now what is given? Y-intercept of Q is given. So let us find out the equation of NQ. So I am using the formula. Q is known, N is known. So the equation y minus, I am taking this as x1, y1 and this is x2, y2. So we have y minus 0 is equal to y2 minus y1, 3t minus 0 divided by 3t squared minus, so it is minus into minus becomes, so this is 3t squared here, 3 by 4 t squared into x minus x1. x1 is nothing but 3t squared. So let us simplify this and we have to find out the y-intercept. To find out the y-intercept, put x equal to 0. When I put y equal to 0, this becomes y is equal to, let us simplify this, 3t by, so it is 12 minus 3, that becomes 9t squared by 4 into minus 3t squared. So simplify this so that we get y is equal to, this becomes 4 by 3t into minus so I am putting x equal to 0 here, so this becomes y is equal to, and this is 4 by 3t into minus 3t squared. So this is y is equal to, so this will get cancelled. We have 40. So this is the y-intercept. Y-intercept is nothing but positive. So 4t is equal to 4 given. So we have t is equal to 1. When I put t is equal to 1 in this, we get the point p. P is given by 6, t, and n is given by 3, 0. So we can find out the value of Pn. Pn is nothing but 3, 6, 3, 0. The answer is nothing but 6. So this is the answer for the first question. Okay, students, shall I go to the next question? Yeah. So let us go for the next question. Is it clear, students? Yeah. See this is progression and logarithms given. See the question, 0.16 power log of 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 squared plus 1 by 3 cube plus and so on up to infinity. So we have to find out this value. Let us consider the series first. The series is nothing but 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 squared plus 1 by 3 cube and so on infinity. By looking at the series only, we can understand this is infinite GP. So in infinite GP formula is a by 1 minus r. A is the first term, that is 1 by 3 by 1 minus. Common ratio is 1 by 3. So we get 1 by 3 by 2 by 3. So this value is nothing but 1 by 2. So we have evaluated the power. Now we have to simplify this. This becomes 0.16 to the power log of, and this value we got as 1 by 2. The base is missing here. The base is given as 0.25. The base was 0.25 here. So the base is 0.25. Let us simplify this. This is equal to, so 0.16 we can write 16 by 100. So that value is nothing but 4 by 25. So I will write this is 4 by 25 whole to the power log of 1 by 2. The base is nothing but 25 by 100. So this value is nothing but 1 by 4. Okay. So this is 1 by 4. That we can write as, I think it is a numerical mistake here, 0.25. I am not sure that is 0.25. Okay, whatever it is taken, I will solve this. This is nothing but 4 by 25, and this value is nothing but log of 1 by 2 to the base 1 by 2 whole square. Using logarithmic property, we can write this is 4 by 25 whole to the power. This will become 1 by 2 log of 1 by 2 to the base 1 by 2. Log 1 by 2 to the base 1 by 2 is nothing but 1. Therefore, 4 by 25 whole power 1 by 2 is nothing but 2 by 5. We have taken the base as 0.25, so we got the answer as 2 by 5. So the students who wrote the exam, they know what is the base of this actually. Okay, there may be a mistake, a numerical mistake may be there. This is the question. This is a very simple question. using progressions and logarithm properties. Okay, students, let us go for the third question. So the third question is from reasoning type. So this is the last exam. Students are writing this reasoning. Since next year the reasoning is removed from the JEE syllabus, and very simple question. P implies of P and negation of Q. So I can write this as P implies negation of P. This and becomes or. Negation of negation Q is nothing but Q. So all of you know that P implies Q. P implies Q can be written as negation of P or Q. Both are equivalent statements. That means P implies Q equivalent to negation of P or Q. So I am considering this is P, this is nothing but Q. So I can write this as negation of P, or this is negation of P or Q. If you look at this one, this is of A union B union C. A union B union C can as A union B union, that is here R only, A union Q. So we know that negation of P or negation of P is nothing but null set. This is nothing but 0. So we are having negation of P or Q. So negation of P or Q is nothing but P implies Q. So the answer for this problem is nothing but P implies Q. Very simple question. And some students will go for truth table. In truth table also we can get the answer. Okay. So this will not take more time. This question can be solved in 1 minute time. Okay, students, let us go for the fourth question. So this is the fourth question. So this question is from quadratic equation. Alpha comma beta are the roots of x squared plus bx plus 2 equal to 0. Is the font is okay? Is it visible? Yeah. Alpha comma beta are the roots of x squared plus bx plus 2 equal to 0. And 1 by alpha comma 1 by beta are the roots of 2x squared plus 2qx plus 1 equal to 0. Then we need to find out the value of alpha plus 1 by beta into beta plus 1 by alpha into alpha minus 1 by beta. I think there is a problem in the question. Beta minus 1 by beta. Suppose this should be equal to alpha. Alpha minus 1 by alpha into beta minus 1 by beta. So very simple question. Let us go for this. Alpha and beta are the roots of this equation given. So all of you know that how to find out alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Alpha plus beta is nothing but minus, this is nothing but p, minus p. Alpha beta is equal to 2. And if you look at this one, alpha comma beta are roots of this equation. 1 by alpha, 1 by beta are roots of this equation, means they are reciprocals to each other. So I can write this equation as, in this case, we can write f of 1 by x, we can write that is equal to f of x. So when I write this one, this becomes x squared plus 2qx plus 2, that is equal to 0. Now this equation and this equation both are same. So when you compare both, 1 by 1 is equal to, this is p by 2q, that is equal to 2 by 2. So we have p is equal to 2q. So the relation between p and q is nothing but p equal to 2q. Now let us evaluate this term. That is, when you multiply this, we get alpha beta plus alpha into 1 by alpha is 1 plus beta into 1 by beta is 1 plus 1 by alpha beta. I multiply these two terms. Then let us multiply this alpha beta. Alpha into this is minus alpha by beta, and this is minus beta by alpha plus 1. We know the value of alpha beta. I am substituting this value 2 plus 1 plus 1, that is 2. This is also 1 by 2. And alpha beta value is nothing but 2 minus of, if I take LCM here, alpha squared plus beta squared divided by alpha beta plus 1. So we are having here 4 plus 1 by 2, that is nothing but 9 by 2. And this becomes 3 minus alpha squared plus beta squared, we can write as alpha plus beta whole squared minus 2 alpha beta divided by alpha beta. You know the value of alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is given as minus p. This is given in the question. So let us substitute here. This becomes 9 by 2 into 3 minus this value. Alpha plus beta is minus p. So minus p whole squared is p squared minus alpha beta is 2. 2 into 2, 4 divided by 2. So simplify this. This becomes 9 by 2 into 6 minus of minus, so it is nothing but 10 minus p squared divided by 2. So this will be the answer. 9 by 4 into 10 minus p squared by 2. That will be the answer. So students, this is the fourth question. So let us go for the next question. See this is the fifth question. Fifth question is from inverse trigonometry function. So usually one compulsory question comes from JEE Mains, and it's a very easy question. We used to do this question in board examination. So all of you know sine inverse 4 by 5 plus sine inverse 5 by 13 plus sine inverse 16 by 65. How to simplify it? Many students, what they will do actually, instead of going for sine inverse x plus sine inverse y, they will convert this in terms of tan inverse. So let us go for the same procedure, that is 2 pi minus, so sine inverse of 4 by 5. Using the triangle, you can write tan inverse of 4 by 3 plus tan inverse of, this is nothing but 5 by 12. So I can write this as plus tan inverse of 16 by 65. That can be written as 16 by 63. So let us evaluate tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. All of you know this value. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is given by tan inverse x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. So we have 2 pi minus tan inverse of 4 by 3 plus 5 by 12 divided by 1 minus 4 by 3 into 5 by 12 plus tan inverse of 16 by 63. So let us simplify this. This becomes 2 pi minus, when I simplify this, you will get, this is tan inverse of 63 by 16 we will get, plus tan inverse of 63 by 63. Tan inverse of 63 by 16 can be written as cot inverse of 16 by 63. I can write this as cot inverse of 16 by 63 plus tan inverse of 16 by 63. So we know that tan inverse x plus cot inverse x, that is equal to, so it is 2 pi minus pi by 2. So that is the answer for this question, that is 3 pi by 2. So this is a simple question. All the students will do this question. So these type of questions we should not make any mistake. That will cost us, the number of ranks will decline. So the very next question from geometry. So students, this is a very simple question. Ellipse x squared by a squared plus y squared by b squared equal to 1, a greater than b, passes through the point 2, 3 and has eccentricity 1 by 2. then what is the equation of normal at 2, 3? This is the equation given. So first we have to get the standard equation x squared by a squared plus y squared by b squared equal to 1. A and b value first we have to find out. What is given in the question? The ellipse passes through the point 2, 3. Let us substitute this point here, that is 4 by a squared plus 9 by b squared, that is equal to 1. As we know that b squared can be written as a squared into 1 minus e squared. This is equal to 1, and the value of e is given. I will substitute here. This becomes 4 by a squared plus 9 by a squared into 1 minus e value is given as 1 by 2. So this becomes 1 by 4. This is equal to 1. And let us find the value of a squared. 4 by a squared plus 9 into 4, that is 36, by this becomes 3a squared, that is equal to 1. So we have, if we simplify this becomes 16, that is equal to a squared. So value of a squared we found out, that is equal to 16. Now try to get the value of b squared. We know that b squared is equal to a squared into 1 minus e squared. So a squared value is 16, 1 minus e squared. E squared is 1 by 2 whole square, that is 1 by 4. So 16 into 3 by 4. So this becomes 12. So b squared value is 12. And the equation of the ellipse is given by x squared by a squared, that is 16, plus y squared by 12. This is equal to 1. Once we get the standard form of the, we know how to find out equation of the normal. Equation of the normal formula is nothing but a squared x by x1 minus b squared y by y1. This is equal to a squared minus b squared. So every value is known. Let us substitute. A squared 16, x by x1. x1 value is nothing but 2 minus b squared. B squared value is 12. Y divided by y1. y1 is 3 equal to a squared minus b squared, that is 16 minus 12. So we can write this as 8x minus, this becomes 4y equal to 4. On simplification we get 2x minus y, that is equal to 1. So this is nothing but equation of normal at the point 2, 3. See, maybe taking little time, maybe 3 minutes can be spent on this, but it's an easy question. When you try, definitely student will get the answer for this question. Friends, the next question is from limits. By looking at the question only, you will surprise the student, first year and second year student. First year students, of course, we did not complete the limits. Second year students, by looking at the question, you will surprise that this question is from our material. The same question is there from the material. You can see this. 1 minus cos x squared by 2 minus cos of x squared by 4 plus cos x squared by 2 into cos x squared by 4 divided by x power 8. So let us factorize the numerator here. We can write this as limit x tending to 0, 1 minus cos x squared by 2. So if you see the third and fourth, what is common here? Cos x squared by 4 common. When I take that common, this becomes 1 minus cos squared by 2. X to the power 8. So I can write this as limit x to 0, 1 minus cos x squared by 2 into 1 minus cos x squared by 4 divided by x power 8. So what we can do here, in this case I can write limit x tending to 0, 1 minus cos x squared by 2 divided by x power 4. I can split this x power 8 x power 4 into x power 4. So we have 1 minus cos x squared by 4 divided by x to the power 4. Now, if I look at this one, it is of the form limit x tending to 0, 1 minus cos mx divided by x squared. The formula goes like this: m squared by 2. So direct use of this formula will give the answer for the question. In place of m, we are having 1 by 2. So we have it is 1 by 2 whole square. And in place of m, we have 1 by 4, 1 by 4 whole square. Let us simplify this. 1 by 4 into 1 by 16. This is 1 by 64 will be the answer for this question. So all the students should make this question correct compulsory. Okay, students, let us go for the next question. Yeah, this question is.
And YouTube is showing very small. Need to zoom in big.
Yes, students, the 8th question is from progression. Yesterday 3 problems came from progression. Today only 1 problem in the morning session came, and it's a very simple question. The question is in AP, the first term is 3. The sum of first 25 terms is equal to the sum of next 15 terms. Then we have to find out the common difference. So the first term of AP is given as 3, A equal to 3. The sum of the first 25 terms, let us consider sum of first 25 term is nothing but S25. And this is equal to the sum of the next 15 terms. So we have T1, T2, T3 and so on, T25. The next 15 terms are T26, T27 and so on, T40. So we added 15 terms with this. So what I am going to do here, this T26 to T40, I can write as S40 minus S25. So sum of this term is nothing but sum of all these terms minus sum of the first 25 terms. So I can write this as S25 is equal to S40 minus S25. So let us simplify this. This is 2 into S25. This is equal to S40. And from 9th standard onwards, we are studying the formula sum of the first n terms of an AB. The formula is nothing but, no need to tell, Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So I can write this as 2 into 25 by 2 into 2a. The first term is given as 3 plus n minus 1, that is 24 into common difference. That's what we have to find out. This is equal to S40, n by 2 divided by 2 into 2a, 2 into 3 plus n minus 1, 39d. So let us simplify this. This becomes 25 into 6 plus 24d. This is equal to 20 into 6 plus 39d. So remaining all simplification only. This will go by 5 times. This is 4 times. So it is 30 plus 120d. This is equal to how much we have? 24 plus 36 3. Therefore this will become 166. 156.
156.
And simplify this. 6 is equal to 36d. Therefore, the value of d is given by 1 by 6. So the common difference is 1 by 6. So simple problem on progression. So students, 8 problems we have completed. Remaining 8 problems are there. Justin sir from Shamipur branch will take over now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Just show your face to them. No? So just show your face. Yeah, this was Sudhir Kumar sir, Sector
Hi
Head,
students.
ECL, with 24 years of mathematics experience. So he has explained you the mathematics first part of it. Justin sir. Justin sir will join you. Those who are watching this in Zoom, if you are unable to view the question properly, you can zoom your screen. You can just expand it with your fingers, and you'll be able to see. YouTube, we are unable to zoom, but you can put it in horizontal mode. The question will appear bigger. Just introduce yourself, then we'll switch off the video. Look at
Yeah, good evening to all. My name is Justin. I teach mathematics. I have more than 30 years of experience. So today, my friend finished some of the part. I will continue with the next part. Thank you. Let us continue. Yeah. The students, you see, it's from probability, with a conditional probability. Here, there is some confusion. There are two types of questions that are saying that. What is the first one? When 2 dice are rolled and the given sum is 4, that is clear. When 2 dice are rolled, it is sum of multiple of 4. We know multiple of 4, 8 and 12. 2 dice maximum score is 12. More than 12, it is impossible to know this. How can you get 4? 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2. 3 ways. 8 we can get 6, 2, 2, 6. 5, 3, 3, 5. And 4, 4. This is totally 5 ways. Come to 12, only 6 and 6. One way. So total number of this is 9. Total is 9. Now the question read, what is the probability of getting a score 4 at least once? 4 at least one day. This is the only case you are getting 4. So 1 by 9. But the other way also they are asking, because one student told this. The other student came other way. What is that? Same, everything is the same. But what is the probability of getting the score of 4? At least the total score is 4 they are asking. I repeat, first one is what the probability of getting score for at least 1. Getting number 4 at least 1. This is the only one thing. The second type question, if some other people are saying that what is the probability of getting a score such that the total score is 4. The total score is 4. So this will become favorable for you. In this case, total remains same, but favorable become this 3. So these two people have two different ideas. In some people they call this edge. The words are confusing. At least one for or total score is 4. So the first word saying the second sentence. Okay, clear. Now I move to next question. It's a limit question. What is the next question? Yeah. Yeah, I think you are able to see the question.
Yes, sir.
Confused now. So I think you are able to see the question. Log. See here, both are log. When x tends to 1, it is 0. That also 0. This is 0 and this is also 0. Observe this. Then how to proceed? See log. Limit remains Robert. Limit remains log of e power x into x minus 1 minus e power x minus 1 yeah. Okay. So e power x into 1 minus x. So this by this divided by, I can write 4x into x minus 1. All of you know this. Log a minus log b is log of a by b. Now come to this part. All of us know that e power x expansion is 1 plus x plus etc. It is valid for everything, but generally for smaller values, but e power x valid for everything. If we go with the expansion, we will get this is 1 plus x square minus x minus this will become 1 plus x minus x square. See, 1 get cancelled, both are same. So 2 times of x square minus x approximately. When you come to denominator, see 4 times x square minus x. So both get cancelled, left over is 1 by 2. So our answer going to be log of 1 by 2 to the base e, or we can say minus log 2 to the base e. I hope you understood this. So that's the way to go with approximations. But the other things we can't go approximations. There we can go on x0. Okay. We'll go to next. Yes. See, 1 plus I by 1 minus I. All of us should know that 1 plus I, it's from complex numbers. So question once again, 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole power m by 2, it's equal to 1 plus I by 1 minus I, it is also I. 1 minus I whole power n by 3 equal to 1, both are equal to 1. Then what is greatest common divisor of the least values of m and n? Of course, least positive integer on that. Yes, all of us know that 1 plus I by 1 minus I is I. So one of the very important thing for your entrance. Like yesterday I gave 1, today another 1. 1 plus I by 1 minus I is I. If reciprocal is minus I, make a note. And you know, I power multiples of 4, it is always 1. If it is positive integer, if nothing is given, 0 also valid. Positive integer, it should be multiple of 4, minimum value 4. So m by 2 should be 4. So m must be 8. Same logic, same reason use that n by 3 must be 4. So n is equal to 12. So you know what is the greatest common divisor for this? 4. For 8 to 12, the greatest common divisor all of us knows 4. That's the problem. See how simple problem they're asking. Yes. Next one. Yes, it's a probability. In a box, there are 6 red balls and 10 green balls. 3 are drawn one by one without replacement. Make a note, this is very important, this word, without replacement. The third ball drawn is red, already known. That's called conditional probability, they'll say. The third ball is known as red. And probability that the first 2 are green. First, I will write the total cases. You do whatever you do, 3 balls, the last has to be red, it's a fixed. That's the probability. So first 2 can be green, third can be red. Or green, red, red. Compulsory, third has to be red. Or it can be a red, green, red. Or other possibilities then, all 3 are red. Clear? See, third is compulsory red. Remaining 2 4 cases, AB, BA, AA, BB. That's our GG, CRR, RG, GR. But what the question say now, then the probability that first 2 are green. So this should come in the numerator. Very simple logic. This is the conditional probability. We will say very difficult. We understand probability, we write probability easy. Now we come back. Denominator, green. How many greens are there? 10. Second also green. Leftover green, 9. But now I want red. Red are 6. Plus. Now I come to green. Green is, we have 10. Come to red. We have 6. Again red. One red is taken. Leftover with us, 5. Plus. First one is red. There are 6 reds are there. Now I go to green. Green, nothing is taken. So 10 are left over. So 10. But when you come to red, already 1 red is taken. Left over red are 5. Now come to 3 are red. So first is red, second red, third red. This is called total. Sample space will say. Now come to G, G, R and L. First G. How many are there? 10. Second green, 9. Now red, 6 are there. That's it probability. Now simplification is you do what to do? See, common 6 cancel everywhere. Probably cancel be easy. Again everywhere 10 also cancel, you can see. 10 cancel, 10 cancel, 10, 10. Here also 10 cancel, left over 2. Now over to simplify. 9. Here also 9 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2. So 9 by 10, 9, 21. Again 3 we can cancel, 3 by 7. I hope understood this. So don't just multiply 10 into 9 into 6, don't do that. Whatever possible you cancel. That what you learn in school, use the trick and make it fast. It's a very simple logic. I think you understood this, what you have done this. So that's the way to do. So it's very simple, but many what they will do, 10 into 9 into 6, 10 into 6 by, it takes more time to calculation. So properly we do, will not take more than 1 minute. Some questions may take 2 minutes. Okay, we'll move to next. Now, clearly they say a matrix A is given x1, 1, 0, but A power 4 is given this. Now, they given this A1, 1 is given. They're asking what is A2. It's very simple. A square, all of us know that. X1, 1, 0 into X1, 1, 0. If you multiply a row, a column, x square plus 1. Again x. Because you know x plus 0, next x 0, again x, again 1. This is a square. So for a power 4, what you will do? X square plus 1, x 1 into same x square plus 1 x 1. So we are interested this, so multiply this and this, that is x square plus 1 whole square plus x square is equal to 109. Now what they ask A22 means here second row, here second column. I want x square plus 1. Now how to do this? These two are sum of two perfect squares. With the section this will be suppose 9. Then this will be 100. 100 plus 9. Logically think, if you started solving, it takes more time. 100 and sum of two perfect squares. So this is 100 plus 9. Suppose it is 9, x is 3. 3 square, 9 plus 1, 10. 10 square, 100. 25 by. That is the logic you should use. Simply started solving x power 4, 2x square plus 1 and all takes. That's what the trick you should learn for your JEE mains. If you are able to do, you can save the time, you can take this for other subjects. But otherwise takes lot of time. See, it is the perfect square, make sum of two perfect square. Very simple, 9 is seen for us, so 100 plus 9. So x square is 9, this is 100. So understood, x square plus 1, this answer is what? 100. So x square plus 1 is what then? 10. Our answer is 10. That's it over. So the simple way to do this, very easy for us to do that. I hope understood this all of you. Next to come to yes. Yes. If a variable plane in 3D, all of us are plane ax plus by plus zz is equal to a constant. But see, sum of the reciprocal of the intercept they are saying. Whenever intercept they give, immediately you should take the plane as x by a plus y by b plus z by z is equal to 1. Whenever they use the word intercept, don't forget. X by a plus y by b plus z by z is equal to 1. Now read the sum of the reciprocal. Here a is the x-intercept, b is the y. Don't say a is not a reciprocal. A is x-intercept, b is y-intercept, c is z-intercept. Now we are saying the sum of the reciprocal of x and y-intercepts means 1 by a plus 1 by b equal to, it is exceeding that z-intercept is 2, means 1 by c is equal to 2. 1 by c plus 2. Exceeding. Now they are asking, it passes through a fixed point. Very simple thing. Bring 1 by c this side. 1 by a plus 1 by b minus 1 by c is equal to 2. You should compare both. I said no need to compare. Right side 1 is there. Make this also 1. How to make it 1? Divide by 2. So you get 1 by 2 by a plus 1 by 2 by b plus minus 1 by 2 by c is equal to 1. Shouldn't it? X by a plus y by b plus z by c is equal to 1. So now clearly understood this. The fixed point is 1 by 2, comma 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. I hope it will come to your mind. You might have studied in 2D, staying in same concept. Same concept. Some of the reciprocals of intercepts are in AP, HP, they will give something. Same concept. Very simple way to do that. note of anything. People think so lengthy, nothing. Condition is 1 by A plus 1 by B. It extends again reciprocal by 2. So 1 by A plus 1 by B equal to 1 by C plus 2. So bring 1 by C this side. 1 by A plus 1 by B minus 1 by C equal to 2. I want 1. So divided by 2. 1 by 2 by A, 1 by 2 by B plus minus 1 by 2 C is equal to 1. Comparing x of y of z is minus of. The point is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Answer. Okay. A circle touches a line x plus y is equal to 2, passes through the center. A circle, no, they gave not complete question properly, they not type. A circle, center lies on this, and touches the line x equal to 3 and y is equal to 3. Then find the radius. A circle, center lies on this line. I will pass through the center. That's what the line passes through the center of the circle and touches the line x equal to 3 and y is equal to 3. Find the radius of the circle or diameter of the circle. It's very simple, must see. X equal to 3, y is equal to 3, they are perpendicular lines. So they are touching both the lines. So you know, center lies on this. I assume center as x coordinate alpha. Automatically y coordinate will be 2 minus alpha. So now, see, these both distances are equal. Both the distances are equal. So now this is alpha, 2 minus alpha. One line is what? This line is, all of us know that x equal to 3. This line is y is equal to 3. So the distance, you know that 3 minus alpha is equal to 3 minus 2 plus alpha. So mod of 3 minus alpha is equal to 1 plus alpha. So here alpha is equal to what? 2. Or other value we can take. It's not possible other value. So alpha is equal to 2.
1, sir.
Alpha is equal to 1. Yes. Alpha is equal to 1. So center become 1 comma 1. Now we can find the diameter. The distance 2, 2. That's it. But I think the original question is given x plus y is equal to 3. Equal to 3 means what happens? Same process you do. This become alpha 3 minus alpha. Very simple one. Nothing to do. Both are equal. That's it over. Because x axis y axis, that was shift the origin. One is x axis or y axis. That's a very simple way. Shift the origin to this point 3 comma 3. So one become x axis, one become y axis. All of us know that a circle touches both the axes. Center of x and y coordinate same. So it will become directly opposite. Alpha is equal to 1 minus 1. Alpha is equal to 1. But if this 3 comma 3, see 3 comma 3 minus alpha. Equate both. So what will get then? Alpha is equal to 3 by 2. So radius will become just 3. That's it. Because I shifted x and y axis. Something. I think it was only 3. That's the thing. Then next question, integral. Okay. They asked this integral. You know, it's a mod x is there, it's called even function. Replace x as minus x, this will not change. So all of us know that 2 times of 0 to pi. Now 0 to pi is nothing purely positive, so mod of pi minus x, we can write. Mod of pi minus x. And 0 to pi is larger than x. 0 to pi is larger than x. So simply we can write 0 to pi just to pi minus x. Because modulus means positive value. 0 to pi minus x always positive. That's it over dx. Now it's a linear direct formula. 2 into pi minus x whole square by 2. Integral of x square by 2 with the minus, because x coefficient, don't forget minus, limit 0 to pi. 2 get cancelled with minus. If you go with the upper limit, pi minus pi 0 minus lower limit, x is what, 0, so it will become pi square. So the total will become pi square. Next, completed. Yeah, see, is something like what's the yeah, here one question, y square equal to log of cos square x plus y. This is plus equal to y. And they asked y double dash of 0. Second derivative at x equal to 0. Only rule is when x is 0, first let us find y. When x 0, what is cos 0? 1. Cos log 1 is 0. So y square is equal to y means y can be either 0 or y can be 1. But y is 0, x is 0, then nothing to discuss. Okay, we'll come back. I differentiate this. 2y, y1. y1 are represented by dy by dx plus yes, 2y y1 plus log derivative, all of us know that 1 by cos square x. And derivative of cos square is minus 2 sin x cos x equal to y1. Here don't forget again, y1 also you should calculate. If x is 0, this is always 0. Again y is 0, see y1 also becomes 0, then everything becomes 0. So understood that Yes. See, y is 1. Substitute here 2y1, and this will become 0 is equal to y1. So clearly understood now y1 is 0. Now come to second derivative. 2y2 plus 2y1 square. You observe this, one cos get cancel, we get minus 2 10x, nothing but minus 2 secant square x equal to y2. Now substitute all the values. Y already 1, so 2y2. Y1 is 0, and this is minus 2 because all of us know that secant 0 is 1. Again, this is equal to y2. Bring y2 this side. 2y2 minus y2 is how much? Y2 equal to 2. That's the answer. So it's not very simple question, but very important thing for this problem, calculating this. Many will not do that. After getting that, they search where to find y1. If you do, this is going to be easy for you. That over this. This is a question. I'll go to next. Yeah. You are given an ellipse by 4 plus y squared by 3 equal to 1. This ellipse, one more hyperbola, it is not given. They are saying both are confocal. We discussed many times what in. So what we discussed, confocal means the focus of the ellipse and focus of what you are going to find. So they are focusing. All of us know our ellipse very simple. Focus is root of, don't forget, don't waste the time finding E and R. No need at all E. Many people do that. For hyperbola, I say L square plus M square. Confocal. So if A square is 4, B square is 1. So focus is 1, 0 or minus 1, 0. The hyperbola, what is given that the transverse axis, you mean to say 2A is root 2. So A is 1 by root 2. Now come back. Confocus, root of A square 1 by 2 plus B square. So it is understood that B square also 1 by 2. So A square is 1 by 2, B square is 1 by 2. All of us know that it's called rectangular hyperbola. So the equation becomes x square minus y square equal to 1 by 2. Now you ask what the questions are from this. They will ask this question, they give 4 points. They are asked to check which one does not lie on this curve. First one is given 1 comma minus 1 by root 2. All of us know that 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2, so this lies on that. Second point they gave minus root 3 by 2 comma 1. This also is a square 3 by 2 minus 1, 1 by 2, this also lies on this. If you come to third, root 3 by 2 comma 1 by root 2. It is very clear, 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 is 1, but here half is there, this only does not lie on this. So now need to check the fourth point. That's the next question. Say how nice it is. We discussed many times rectangular, confocal, everything. Based on that one, you are getting that. One more. This is not what I'm doing. So thank you. One more question. That's not one more question.
Yes, students. Yeah, now you are done with mathematics part of it. We'll be going with physics. So by the time physics question papers are uploaded onto the screen, I would like to invite Rizwan sir to have a little of interaction with you.
Hello everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
See,
Good evening,
that
sir.
was most
Sir.
simple questions. Hardly few questions were little lengthy, but I would say that it was a moderate, below of moderate level. And it was not that difficult. If you are good at least the basic formula, I think you could easily get 70 plus marks in this paper. You see the questions now slowly, and except for a few questions which are a bit lengthy, which involve like conservation of angular momentum and everything. The remaining part was extremely easy. So so you can see that the questions were directly from the material. Some of the questions were directly related to the uh, questions that you did already in level 1 and level 2. More questions based on level 3 because it was very easy, and just the numbers were changed, nothing else. So I'll start with the physics part in a few minutes. Yesterday's paper also, if you had seen, it was very easy. This time physics paper was relatively easy compared to January paper and all the previous year papers. So start. Okay, now once 1 minute will start. See the paper. Hope you can see, right? First question: for a given volume of solid cylinder, what is the ratio of length by radius? L by R is basically length by radius. So that moment of inertia, don't make mistake here. This is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is minimum over the given axis. So I hope you have seen this question. This is again repeated actually a couple of years ago. Same question was asked, similar model. So volume of the cylinder is given, so it means volume is a constant. Volume of a cylinder is pi r square L. It is a constant. So radius and length might vary. Okay. And what is the moment of inertia of a solid cylinder? What is the moment of inertia of a solid cylinder about the middle axis? This is exactly in the middle. To remove the formula, it is m r square by 4 plus m L square by 12. This is the moment of inertia formula. Okay, so I can say, let's substitute here. You can either substitute the value of R into the equation, or you can substitute the value of L into the equation. So if I substitute the value of R R square. R square is nothing but V by pi L. And ml square by 12. This is the moment of inertia. In this, mass is a constant. Mass is a constant. Volume is a constant. In the given question, volume is a constant. Only length and radius you are varying, so that volume remains a constant. And if you want to find the minimum value of anything or maximum value of anything, you need to differentiate moment of inertia here and equate it to 0. And you differentiate it here with respect to the variable. Mass is a constant, volume is a constant. Okay, so the only variable is length. The length is a variable here. So if you differentiate that and equate it to 0, differentiation of moment of inertia with respect to length and equate it to 0. What will you get? mv by 4 pi L square with a minus sign, and ml by 6. Differentiate the moment of inertia and equate it to 0. Okay, because the only variable here is L or R. I replace the value of R, so you get everything in terms of L. Find the value of V here. What will you get? If you find the value of V, what will you get? You get 2 pi by 3 L cube. Simplify this equation, you get this is the volume. 2 pi by 3 L cube. So basic idea is to find the moment of inertia in terms of the variables, length or radius. Differentiate that moment of inertia with respect to length or radius, whatever your preference is, and equate it to 0. Find the volume value of volume, and then, as you know, I can equate these two here because they are the same thing, volume, volume. When you equate them, you'll get the ratio of R L. The ratio of L by R, that comes out to be around root 3 by 2. So this will be your answer. Simple question, but you need to remember the formula for moment of inertia. If you remember the formula for moment of inertia, it is very easy. The main concept here. Some people will try to derive the moment of inertia formula. It take a lot of time, but it's easier to remember some basic formula like solid cylinder, solid sphere, hollow sphere. Okay, this is the basic idea. And read the question carefully. Volume is a constant given volume. So replace everything in terms of the given constant values. Let one variable remain and differentiate them. Next. Now this question is little lengthy. It's not that complicated. If you are preparing well for rotation, this question is fairly similar to many models that we used to do, like objects. Yes. There is an object which is moving with 6 meters per second. If you want, you can zoom in again. Moving with 6 meters per second. It collides with the rod. Collision is perfectly inelastic. It means the object sticks to the rod. The object sticks to the rod. Sticks. Find the angular displacement of the rod. The basic idea is, first the object sticks to the rod, and then it will tilt. It will tilt to some angle here, theta. It will tilt to some angle theta. You need to find that angle theta. That is called angular displacement. Find the angular displacement. This collision is perfectly elastic. You cannot conserve energy before collision and after collision. You cannot conserve energy before collision and after collision. You can conserve angular momentum here. You cannot conserve momentum also, because the hinge gives an external force. It's providing an external force. So external forces, you cannot conserve momentum, but I can conserve angular momentum about the hinge. Angular momentum about the hinge can be conserved. It's basically a constant. Whenever you have a hinge question, you basically conserve angular momentum about the hinge. What is angular momentum? Before, this is the before part. and this is the after part. So afterwards, our rod with that object is going to rotate, and while rotating it will tilt and then stop and then again come back like a pendulum. So we need to find the angle. So this is the after part, and this part is after collision part, way after collision. This is also after, but after collision. And this I can say just after collision. So there's a difference here. Just after collision, this is before collision. This part is before collision. You cannot conserve energy just before and just after collision because this is inelastic. In inelastic collisions, you cannot conserve energy. And also you cannot conserve momentum because there is an external force. Conserve angular momentum. Angular momentum, remember NBR, perpendicular distance. This is the perpendicular distance here. Before the collision, mv, this is mass, velocity into n. That is angular momentum. After the collision, the entire rod plus that small object, they are rotating. So after collision, this is the angular momentum formula, I omega. Before the collision, nobody was rotating, so you can just write mvr. The substitute the values, mass of the object is 1. Before the collision, its velocity was 6. And distance from the hinge, perpendicular distance from the hinge is, that is 1. Moment of inertia of rod plus object, moment of inertia of rod is about the hinge, ml square by 3. And for a small object, moment of inertia about hinge is mr square. Very good, mr square. Substitute the values, you get omega. Okay, substitute the values. I'll give you some time, 5 seconds. Can you tell me the value? Omega 18 by 5.
18 by 5.
Very good. 18 by 5. By 5.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then what? We got angular velocity, but we want angular displacement. Then what? Then after the collision, we can conserve energy. Here and here, these diagrams, we can conserve energy. Just before collision and just after collision, you cannot conserve energy because that is a inelastic collision. After the collision is over, there will be no loss in energy. You can conserve energy. Okay. So now let us conserve energy. I know the angular velocity. Okay. So let me remove this. So you know the angular velocity. Now let us conserve energy. Initial, what kind of energy it had? It had
I omega square.
half I omega square. Only rotation. Afterwards it stopped. Everything became potential energy. Afterwards it stopped. All the energy is getting converted to potential energy. So what is this I value that we got? 5 by 3. Moment of inertia of this I is rod plus
Object.
rod moment of inertia ml square by 3, object ml square. Omega value, what did we get? 18 by
5.
Okay. Now potential energy. So let me draw the diagram for potential energy. How will it look? So when the rod goes up, it takes the object with it. This is angle theta. So the rod center of mass is here, right? Rod center of mass is here. So it rose up to a height of what? From here, it went here. What is this height? Can anyone tell me? It will be L by 2, 1 minus
L by 2 minus L by 2 cost.
theta. So that rod went up here. What about the object? The object was originally supposed to be
1
here.
minus cos theta.
This will be L into 1 minus.
1 minus cos.
So it went up. Now potential energy for the rod mg L by 2 1 minus cos theta, and for the small object L 1 minus cos theta. Solving this, we get the theta value. Okay, mass is given, length you know, all the masses are known. Substitute, we'll get theta value. That is what is asking. Angular displacement is the angle that it rotated and then stopped. So little lengthy, but the other questions are not that lengthy. I'll give you 4 or 5 seconds. Next. Now this is a question from capacitors. Very simple one. If you want, you can use Kirchhoff law or whatever you want, or you can do it directly. It's very simple, not lengthy at all. The capacitor C is connected to a battery and gets charged to 750 microcoulomb. Now it is connected to 2 more capacitors here, 1 more capacitor and 1 more capacitor here, 15 microfarad and 18 microfarad. Find the capacitance. The potential difference goes down to 30 volt. So originally here, charge on the capacitor was 750. Original charge on the capacitor is 750. Now, finally, let us say that capacitor has a charge Q, and this 15 and 8, I join them, they are parallel, so it becomes what? 15 and 8 in parallel becomes 23, right?
Yes, sir.
So 750 is the original charge. Now after connecting, some other charge will go here. So suppose he has Q charge, then this will have 750.
750 minus.
Right on the Kirchhoff law. Okay. And it is also given that the potential difference Q by C, finally potential difference changes to 30 volt. That is also given. Q by C becomes 30 volt. Right? Write a Kirchhoff law, basically equating the potential differences. Solve, we'll get capacitance. Solve this, we'll get Q as well as C. Q will get 60, capacitance is 2. Very simple question. People will write Kirchhoff law without seeing anything. You can combine these two directly, 15 and 8. It's also okay if you write Kirchhoff law 2-3 times, but it will take a lot of time to solve. Directly combine them and do it. Very easy. So original charge got distributed into 3 parts, here, here and here. But I joined them, so only Q and 750 minus Q. There is no leakage of any charge. There is no resistor, so there is no leakage of any charge. Simple. Next. This is from modern physics. Let me zoom in. This you might have done in chemistry also, right? Very, very simple. You can do it orally. Energy of an electron. This is an electron here in nth orbit. You know the formula already, but still it is given, right? Energy of nth orbit of an electron minus 13.6 z square by n square. Now we have to consider hydrogen atoms, so z is 1. Okay. So find the energy needed to transfer the electron from first to third orbit. So in the first orbit, what is the energy? 13.6 by 1 square. Third orbit, 13.6 by 3 square. How much energy is required to make this electron jump from 1 to 3? The difference. The difference will be the answer. Right? If you want to make the electron jump from lower orbit to higher orbit or higher orbit to lower orbit, how much energy is supplied or absorbed or released. The difference will be the answer. 13.6. Hence, 13.6
into 8/9.
Simple. That's it. That is an answer. That around comes out to be around 12.08 around. Okay. So next question should be taken on the master cell. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, students, this is the question based on mathematics on graphical representation. Here it is given that a body is thrown vertically upward direction. Which of the following graphs represents velocity versus time? And here we can see that the particle is thrown vertically upward direction. So the velocity, initial velocity is, let us say, positive, and as the particle is going up, its speed gets decreased. But when the particle is going up or coming down after reaching the maximum height, it doesn't matter. Always it is experiencing the force in downward direction, that is weight of the body. So here always the particle is accelerating in downward direction. If you take upward direction to be positive and downward direction to be negative, then initial velocity of the body is positive, and as the body is going up, the speed decreases. After some time, the speed becomes zero. Then the body is coming down. Right? When the body is coming down, the velocity becomes negative now because velocity is downward direction. Right? So here velocity should be positive for some time. That means till it reaches the maximum height. After that, the velocity should be negative. But always its acceleration should be same. Acceleration should be constant. If you look at the option A here, in this region and in this region, the slope is different, and I can say the acceleration is different, and velocity is positive here, and velocity is positive here also. But here we know when the particle is going up, velocity is positive. When it is coming down from maximum height, velocity is negative. So here, if you look at the option C, this is the option which satisfies that condition. That is, when the particle is going up, velocity is positive. When the particle is coming down, velocity is negative. You can see here,
From here to here it is positive. Next here the velocity is negative. But whether the particle is going up or coming down, it doesn't matter. It is under constant acceleration, that is g, acceleration due to gravity, downward direction. So always acceleration, that is nothing but the slope of velocity versus time graph should be same. Here and here the slope is same. So the correct option for this is C. So answer is C here. Now let us see the question which is based on surface tension. This is based on surface tension. It is a surface tension. Yes, sir, it is based on thermal properties. The next question is based on surface tension. Let us see that. Yes. Here Young's modulus also, here bulk modulus also included here. Yes, you are taking a cube and this is some temperature 273 Kelvin. You are compressing this one from all the sides with the same pressure, right? And equal pressure you are applying. So if you take, this is the cube, from all sides you are applying same force, and so that is compressed equally from all the sides. Because of this, the volume is getting changed, volume is getting decreased. Here it is given that the bulk modulus of this one is K. We know the bulk modulus is equal to minus delta P by delta V by V. So from here we can say minus delta V by V is equal to delta P by K. This is what we can say, right? Here delta P is the pressure. Here it is given external pressure applied. So we can write this one as P by K. So here minus delta V by V says that the volume is getting decreased by this fraction, that is P by K. Let us say it is 1. Now let us see, you want to increase, you want to bring this back to original shape. So for that you are increasing the temperature of this body, so that because of thermal heating effect, thermal expansion, it is getting back its original shape, original size. So here, for that we know that delta V is equal to V gamma delta T. Right here, gamma is coefficient of volume expansion, V is initial volume, delta V is change in volume. And from here we can write delta V by V is equal to gamma delta T. Gamma delta T. Right. And here gamma value is not given, but it is given coefficient of linear expansion is alpha. But we know that gamma is equal to 3 alpha for isotropic bodies, and so we take 3 alpha into delta T. Right. Three alpha delta T. Let us say this is 2. So from equations 1 and 2, we can say this is P by K. There, the equation 1, this is decrease in the volume, and equation this increase in the volume. These two must be equal. Sign wise they are opposite, but actually magnitude wise, numerical wise, numerically they are equal. Then only we can bring the Q to the original size. So we can write 3 alpha delta T. And from here we can get the answer, that is yes, the temperature rise is also right. So from here we can write temperature rise delta T is equal to, from here temperature rise delta T is equal to P by 3 alpha K. This is the temperature rise. Yes. So here this is combination of thermal expansion, and also the properties of solids. Right. Now let us go to the next question. The ratio of volumes of two soap bubbles having inside pressure as 1.01 and 1.02 atmospheric pressure. Here, here this is based on surface tension. Here we know that if you take spherical bubble, inside and outside the pressure difference, let us say this is P1, outside the atmospheric pressure is P0, P1 minus P0 is equal to 4T by R. Let us say the radius of this one is R1. So P1 minus P0 equal to 4T by R1. It is given that the pressure inside is 1.01 and for second bubble it is 1.02 atmospheric pressure. So here we can write this P1 minus P2 is excess pressure, which is equal to 0.01 atmospheric pressure, which is equal to 4T by R1. This is equation 1. Similarly, for second bubble, if you take similarly for second bubble, we can write P2 minus P0 is equal to 4T by R2, or we can write this excess pressure is given as 0.02 because pressure inside is 1.02 and outside is atmospheric pressure 1, so that is 0.02 atmospheric pressure is equal to 4T by R2. This is equation 2. So from equation 1 and 2 we can write 0.01 divided by 0.02 is equal to 4T by R1 by 4T by R2. So you will get R2 by R1. And from this we can write R2 by R1 is equal to 1 by 2. This is equation 3. Let us see. Now here what we need to get? We need to get the ratio of the volumes. This is the radius. And we know when you take these two bubbles at room temperature, the same conditions you are taking these two bubbles, so temperature will be same. So PV is constant, right? And here volume he is asking, so directly we can write here actually volume is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube for this. So I can write V is directly proportional to R cube, right? And here we want V1 by V2, which is equal to R1 cube by R2 cube. R2 cube. So R1 by R2 whole cube. R1 by R2 we can see that is 2 by 1. So 2 by 1 whole cube, which is equal to 8:1. So option D is the correct one. Let us do the next question. Find the internal energy of 1 mole of triatomic molecule having structure as shown. Here you can see that this is not a collinear. This is a triatomic nonlinear molecule. Here we can say these two are not on the same line. So for this, number of degrees of freedom due to translatory motion is 3 and also due to rotatory motion is 3. So that the total number of degrees of freedom is due to translatory motion plus due to rotatory motion, which is equal to 6. Internal energy U is equal to NCVT. This is the formula for internal energy of an ideal gas at temperature T Kelvin, and here it is given N is equal to 1 and CV equal to F by 2 R into T. N is 1, I am substituting. F value, the degrees of freedom is 6 by 2 into R into the temperature in Kelvin. So from here we can get this one as 3 RT. This is the option, so this is the option. Option B is the answer. Yes. Thank you.
Hmm? Uh,
Right. Good evening, students. We'll be continuing the paper discussion of today's day mains paper. And actually, we have to continue from the question number 9. So we'll do those questions later. Now the question number 13 is, so this question is basically from surface tension chapter. The question reads like this: the height of liquid column in a capillary tube of radius 0.015 centimeter is 15 centimeter. Contact angle is 0 degrees, and if the density is 900 kg per meter cube, and acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square, find the surface tension of the liquid. Basically, it is direct formula based question. So surface tension of a liquid is given by H R rho G divided by 2 cos theta. So here H indicates the height of liquid column, and that is given 15 centimeter. R indicates the radius of the capillary tube, which is given to you 0.015 centimeter. Density of the liquid is 900 kg per meter cube, and acceleration due to gravity, it is 10 meter per second square given. And here density and acceleration due to gravity are given in terms of SI system. So we must convert height as well as the radius of the capillary tube in terms of meters. So this is 15 into 10 power minus 2 meters. And this will be 15 into 10 power minus 5 meters. Now substituting these details in the formula of surface tension, we'll be having 15 into 10 power minus 2 into 15 multiplied by 10 power minus 5, and density is 900 kg per meter cube, and acceleration due to gravity is 10, divided by 2 into, and here contact angle is given, that means angle of contact is 0 degrees given, so therefore this is 2 cos 0 degrees. Solving this, we multiply this approximately, will be getting 0.01 Newton per meter comes. So let's go for next question. So this question is based on gravitation chapter, and the subtopic in the gravitation chapter is satellite motion. So the question reads like this: a satellite is revolving around the Earth at a height r from the surface of Earth. A small rocket is fired from the satellite such that the satellite velocity changes to √3/2 times the original value. What will be the new orbital radius of the satellite? So let's take a figure like this. This is the surface of Earth whose radius is equal to r. And above the surface of Earth at a height capital R, which is equal to radius of Earth, a satellite is revolving. There is a satellite revolving. So therefore the radius of orbit right now is r plus r 2r. Radius of orbit of the satellite now is 2r. Now what happened? During the journey of the satellite around the Earth, the satellite is projecting, or it is firing a rocket such that after firing the rocket, the satellite has got a velocity which is equal to √3/2 times the original value. So before firing the satellite is going with a velocity which is v0. We call this orbital velocity. So the orbital velocity of the satellite is square root gm divided by r, and here r indicates radius of orbit. And in the case initially it is equal to 2r. Now what happened after firing this rocket? After firing, now the velocity of the satellite we got, it is equal to √3/2 times the previous velocity, which is nothing but orbital velocity. So from this expression you can see that orbital velocity is directly proportional to 1/√, the radius of the satellite, square root the radius of the orbit. So therefore we can write from here, right? So as v is inversely proportional to square root of the radius of orbit, you can say v divided by v0 is equal to square root r dash divided by, as it is inversely proportional to r, therefore v by v0, that means new velocity of the satellite and previous velocity of satellite is this one. Therefore, as this is inversely proportional, initial radius of the satellite divided by the new radius of the satellite. So from here you can see. So from here you see here this one, v divided by v0 is equal to √3/4, and from here r divided by r dash is equal to v square divided by v0 square, and which comes out to be this 2. You will get here 3/2 comes here. So now r dash is now equal to 2 by 3 times the previous radius of the orbit. Now the previous radius of the orbit is equal to twice the radius of Earth. So therefore, this implies the new radius of the satellite is now equal to 4 times the radius of orbit divided by 3. That is the answer. So we'll go to the next question. So the next question is from the chapter of rotation, and it is as an application of conservation of angular momentum, very standard question itself. So this question will be usually doing in the class itself. The question reads like this: a uniform platform of mass 200 kg is rotating about its axis at the rate of 5 revolutions per minute. A man of mass 80 kg is standing at the edge. Initially, this fellow is standing at the edge, and now he is moving towards the center of the platform. Now we need to find the new angular velocity of the platform. So we can imagine, we can visualize a situation to be like this. Just imagine that this is our circular platform, which is rotating about its center with an angular velocity, let us say omega naught. The value of omega naught given to us, it is 5 revolutions per minute. Now there is a person, and this fellow is standing at the edge of the central platform. Now he is moving towards the center of the platform. He is moving towards the center like this. As he is moving towards the center, he is moving along the radius of the platform. In the process of journey of the man towards the center, there is no external torque created on the platform. The mass of the platform, let us take capital M, which is equal to 200 kg, and mass of the man given as 80 kg. So as the man walks towards the center, the net torque acting on the system of man plus platform is 0. Therefore, you can write initial angular momentum of the system is equal to final angular momentum. You know, for a rotating body, you know very well, angular momentum is equal to I omega. So here initially, circular platform plus the man on the circular platform, both are rotating with this angular velocity phi rpm. Therefore, initially, initial angular momentum is equal to angular momentum of platform plus initial angular momentum of man is equal to final angular momentum of platform plus final angular momentum of the man. Basically, the final angular momentum of the man comes out to be 0. The reason here is that as the man reaches the center of the disc, center of the circular platform, he is at the center. We can write the angular momentum finally. So, moment of inertia of the man into angular velocity. As the man reaches the center, moment of inertia, which can be written like mr square formula. So this r, the position of the man from the center, is equal to 0. Therefore, the final angular momentum of the man about the center is 0. Now, initial angular momentum of the platform is, I can write moment of inertia of the platform and plus this one, moment of inertia of the man into initial angular velocity, and now moment of inertia of platform finally, and final angular velocity. Now this one, moment of inertia of platform, it is a circular disc. As it is a circular disc, we can write mr square by 2. Therefore, 200 into radius of the disc divided by 2 plus man is initially standing at the edge. Therefore, he can be treated like a point mass. Therefore, for point mass, moment of inertia is mr square into omega is 5 rpm. And final angular velocity is 200 r square divided by 2 into omega. So here r square can be removed, and solving this equation we are able to get here final angular velocity 9 revolutions per minute. So basically it is an integer question, right? Thank you very much, students, and Mr. Lakshman sir will continue the class.
Good evening, students. This is questions about 9 to 12. As you can see here, there is a PN junction diode and a potential drop of V by 2 volts is observed when it is, and this potential drop is independent of current that is passing through the diode. No matter whatever current passes through the diode, the potential drop across the diode is independent of the current passing through it. If the current exceeds, so this is just to make a caution, please observe. If the current exceeds 10 milliampere, it damages the diode. It is just to make a precautionary caution, something manufacturer information. Suppose we want to forward bias the diode using 3 by 2 volt battery. Find the resistance that must be put in series such that the maximum current does not exceed 5 milliampere.
So I will draw the circuit diagram here. This is some diode. And what resistance that should be connected in series with it, so that the current does not exceed 5 milliamperes. So this is forward biased, means this is P-type semiconductor, this is N-type semiconductor indication. P-type semiconductor is connected to the positive terminal of battery, and N-type it is connected via this resistor to the negative terminal of battery. So we say this diode it is forward biased. This positive terminal is connected to the P-type semiconductor. Enough. We can say it is forward biased. So the current that is made to pass through, what is the maximum current that should pass through now? It is 5 milliampere. So you may be confused about the point that is asked. What is this information 10 milliampere? It is just to make some precautionary caution. So the current that should pass through the diode is 5 milliampere. And what is the potential that will be dropped across this PN junction diode, immaterial of the current? It is half volts, meaning 0.5 volts. Of this 3/2 volts here that is supplied by the battery, 0.5 volts will be dropped across the PN junction diode. And this 5 milliampere should pass through the resistor. So you can see here, I will say this is negative, positive, and this is plus, minus, this is plus, minus. Current always flows from high to low. Now using your Kirchhoff voltage law, KVL. So I will take potential drop as positive and potential rise as negative. Okay, now I will move across this diode first. So this is the way I am going. Potential drop I will take positive, so it is plus 0.5, and then across this distance where the current that is passing through it is 5 milliampere, there is a potential drop again, positive 5 into 10 power minus 3 into resistance R, and then I am moving across this battery. There is a potential rise, I will take negative, minus 3/2 or 1.5. 1.5. It is equal to 0. In either ways you can get the answer, that is different thing. So 5 into 10 power minus 3 into R, it is equal to 1.5 minus 0.5, it will be equal to 1. So R value it will be equal to 1000 by 5, which is 200 ohm resistance. So this much resistance should be connected in series with the diode so that the current will not exceed 5 milliampere, and the diode also will be in the same working condition. And irrespective of the current that passes through the diode, the potential that will be dropped across the PN junction diode, it will be 0.5 volts. So simple application of Kirchhoff voltage law. Those who misses this 0.5 volt, they will get some other answer. So going for the next question. Just a minute, please.
Okay, sir.
Right. This question that is framed by the students, based on their memory, it is not perfect, but we will try to improvise this question. There is a particle of mass 1 kilogram and it is projected vertically upward by a machine, such that it moves to a height of 5 meter, and while applying the force, the ball moves to a distance of 0.2 meter. Maybe you have seen in some kind of sporting events, like sorry. Okay, this is some question which I am trying to improvise here. So let us say this is the machine which can fire the ball. Fire the ball means project vertically upward. There will be something like a piston here inside it in real time, and this piston will exert a force on this ball. Now this piston, this machine, it will try to displace the ball. Okay, it will by applying a force like this. This ball, it will be displaced to a height of, first of all, 0.2 meter. With this force, this ball, it will be displaced by 0.2 meter. Then from here, the launching happens. So the ball, it gets fired up, okay, and it will reach to certain height, and finally it will become, its velocity will become 0. And what is the height under gravity it moves? It is given as 5 meter. That should be the information. Okay, based on the memory, some students they have given like this. So initially it was launched from rest, and finally also it reaches, after reaching the height of 5 meters, its velocity becomes 0. Now what is this force applied? If you can choose here, the principle that will be involved is work energy theorem. You can write work energy theorem. Now what is the system that we choose? System, I will choose it as ball and here as my system. Then what is this work energy theorem? Work done by external agent plus work done by conservative internal forces plus work done by non-conservative internal forces, it is equal to change in kinetic energy. There are no non-conservative forces, so work done by them is 0. And here the conservative force is gravitational force. That gravitational force, it will be acting downward while the ball, it displaces a height of 5 meter. So work done by gravitational force, it will be equal to the mass of the ball, it is 1 kilogram. Acceleration due to gravity, say it is g, and the height it is 5 meter, but the work done by the gravitational force is negative. And this external agent means this machine itself, which is trying to apply a force, F, it displaces the ball first to 0.2 meters. Direction of force and the displacement both are in the same direction, so work done by this force, it is positive. So F into 0.2, and that is equal to change in kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy is 0 by the time the ball reaches the maximum height. Initially also it was launched from rest, so initial kinetic energy is also 0. If you try to simplify this, F into 0.2, which is equal to, I will take G value as 10, it is 50. So F value, it will be equal to 250 Newton. But the way the question was framed by the students, it was given in some other manner. So we are trying to reframe that question. So try to understand this. So that's the question. Going for the next. A system consists of two isolated conducting spheres kept at infinite distance. Two isolated conducting spheres, they are kept at infinite distance. Sphere X has radius 2r/3 and charge is 12 microcoulomb. And sphere Y has radius r/3 and it has charge -3 microcoulomb. If the switch is closed, then find the charges on X and Y finally. I will redraw the diagram. So these are two isolated conducting spheres. Let us say they are far away from one another. Okay. Initially they are not in contact by any conducting wire. So I am just writing here well before they are connected by a conducting wire. This is initial situation of both the spheres. This is sphere X and this is sphere Y. Given the sphere radius X, sphere X radius, it is 2r/3. And sphere Y radius, it is r/3. Sir. And what is the charge that is present on sphere X? It is 12 microcoulomb. and charge present on sphere Y it is -3 microcoulomb before they are connected by a conducting wire. And they are at large separation, so they won't influence the charge of one charge sphere. It won't influence the charge of other sphere. They are isolated and they are conducting spheres, so charge will reside only on the surface. That is also known to us. Now, if the switch is closed, what will happen? Charge redistribution happens. Once the switch is closed, charge redistribution happens, and these charges, they will exchange between the two. Let us say finally on this sphere X the charge was Q1, and finally the charge on this was Q2. So the total charge of the system before closing this switch, the total charge on the system was 12 plus of -3, which is 9 microcoulomb. Sorry, it's in the screen, share screen has been stopped. Now these two spheres, when they're connected by conducting wire, let us say the final charges on them are Q1 and Q2. Now the total charge on the system is Q1 plus Q2 finally. This 9 microcoulomb, initially the charge on the system, it should be equal to Q1 plus Q2. So the first equation that comes to our mind is Q1 plus Q2. After closing the switch, it should be equal to total charge on the system before closing the switch, 9 microcoulomb. Say that this is equation 1. Say that it is equation 1. Since these are isolated conducting spheres, after connecting them by a conducting wire, potential of them will remain the same. They will acquire a common potential. Now what is the potential of this sphere X? Finally, it is K into Q1 by, its radius is 2r by 3. And what is the potential of the sphere Y, where we are expecting the final charge is Q2, it is KQ2 by R by 3. Finally, the potential should be same. Till then, the charge redistribution happens. Now you can see here, the relation between Q1 and Q2, it will be Q1 is equal to 2Q2. After simplification, now let us say this is equation 2. From 1 and 2, if I try to simplify, I will get the values of Q1 and Q2 respectively. If I substitute Q1 as 2Q2, then it will be 3Q2 in equation 1, which is 9. So Q2 becomes equal to 3 microcoulomb. It is positive, please observe. So Q1 automatically it will be 6 microcoulomb, because the total charge on the system, it should be 9 microcoulomb. So respectively, what will be the charges on those sphere X and Y means? Q1 it is 6 microcoulomb and Q2 it is 3 microcoulomb. So option C should be the answer. Going for the next question. This is about electromagnetic waves, where you are preparing for extra syllabus. You need to give a thought about this direction of electromagnetic wave. Even after having a lot of practice, there are chances that you may be missing out such kind of equation, such kind of question. At least now let us see here what is this. So it is said that the magnetic field, it is varying at 3 into 10 power minus 8 sine of 200 pi of y plus t I cap. Determine the corresponding electric field. Of course, this magnetic field, it is pointing along. What is its direction here? It is along I cap. It is given along I cap. By seeing this sinusoidal function, can be able to get the direction of propagation of wave. That is velocity of wave we can be able to get. So whenever we have a function like this, y is equal to f of t minus x by v. We say the wave is moving along positive x-axis. If we are having a function f of t plus x by v, we say the wave is moving along negative x-axis. If we are having a function f of t minus y by v, we say the wave is moving along positive y-axis. Likewise, if it is f of t plus y by v, then we say the wave is moving along negative y-axis. Now, if you observe in all these simple terms, this magnetic field, it is given of the form y plus t, 200 pi of y plus t. See this function, it is sinusoidal. So it is of this form. So the wave, it is moving along negative y-axis. So the velocity of electromagnetic field, it is along negative y-axis. So it is minus j cap. Now we can get the direction of electric field. Direction of electric field, it is given as, or sorry, direction of propagation of wave, which I can write here. Just a minute. So I will write here, this is v bar is equal to, or v cap, it is equal to first vector electric field and second vector magnetic field, E cap cross B cap. That will give us direction of propagation of the wave. Already these are pointing along minus j cap, and this magnetic field is along I cap. So what should be the direction of electric field? Electric field, it should be along minus k cap. Then only you will get the cross product of these two, k cap cross I cap, it is j cap. Minus is there, so minus j cap. So electric field, it should be along minus k cap. Among these, all these options, there is no option which is that means there is only one option which is having minus k cap. Okay, you can flukily, you can mention what is the answer. But what is the strength of magnetic field given? What is the amplitude of magnetic field given? Just a minute, I will just. So what is the strength of magnetic field given? The amplitude of magnetic field is given as 3 into 10 power minus 8. I will write here B naught, which is amplitude of magnetic field, it is given as 3 into 10 power minus 8 Tesla. So I want to get amplitude of electric field wave. So E naught, it is equal to C into B naught is the expression that we have. So what is C? It is velocity of electromagnetic wave, which is 3 into 10 power 8. B naught, it is 3 into 10 power minus 8. This will come out to be 9. And electric field and magnetic field both are in phase with each other. Electric field wave and magnetic field, they will be in phase with each other. Simultaneously, they will be reaching their maximum. Simultaneously, they will be reaching their minimum. Likewise. So in that context, what will be the electric field wave is, already we have got the direction, we have got the amplitude of electric field, it is 9. Okay, E naught, which is 9, and the sine, and this is equal to 200 pi of y plus t. So electric field and magnetic field both will be in the same phase, minus k cap. Minus k cap. Already minus I have kept here, that's why minus k cap. This should be the equation of electric field wave. So thank you, students. These are the questions that I have right now.
Open file, sir.
60 to 80.
Yeah, good evening, students. Next question is based on interference pattern. So light wavelength of lambda 500 nanometers is given. The lambda value 500 nanometer. Yeah, 1 minute. Light wavelength of 500 nanometers is used in Young's double slit experiment. So the distance between the slits is 0.05 millimeter. Find the angular fringe width of the pattern on the screen. If you see in Young's double slit experiment, we have slit S1 and S2. Right? So we have a screen, so distance D. Okay, slit separation is small d. Now if you see, if I consider a point here, so the waves which are reaching from S1 and S2, if they have no path difference, okay, they are in coherence, there is zero phase difference, we will be having the maxima, center maxima. And if you have any other point here, so depending on the value of the path difference between the interfering waves, so we'll be having maxima or minima. Then if you drop a perpendicular, so you can find out here the path difference. No, path difference n lambda maxima, path difference in odd integral multiple of lambda, will get minima. The question is here is asking angular fringe width. If I say, see in case of interference pattern, when you consider maxima minima here, central maxima you can say, or simply maxima. Of course, in interference pattern we have all the bright fringes of same width. Okay, equally width pattern is same and of almost same intensity, isn't it? So your maxima, minima, again maxima, again minima, again maxima. So again minima will have. So this kind of pattern will repeat here, isn't it? So if you observe the central maxima here, so if I consider, okay,
So from center you can take here. So just from here you can have what I mean to say, from here you can take. So if you consider this particular one, so angular means how much for this particular fringe width, no. So how much angle it is obtained here. That is called angular fringe width. So if you completely consider this one, this is fringe width beta, isn't it? Minima to minima gap is called fringe width. How much value we have? Lambda capital D by small d. If I take this angle as some theta, okay, total this angle becomes angular fringe width. So angular fringe width, okay, angular fringe width is equal to, so here 2 times the angle subtended over here. So for smaller angles we take here, students, if we write here tan theta value, direct to the formula of fringe width, but just considering here, this will be beta by 2, half means here. Okay, so this value will be beta by 2. So beta by 2 divided by, you can take the screen distance. How much is screen distance you are taking here? Screen to slit separation is D here. Okay, just I am writing this particular pattern from here to here, separate I am writing here. So slit separation you can take as here D. And this becomes beta by D. So we have beta divided by 2D. So beta value is equal to lambda capital D by small d becomes 2 small d capital D. Then cancel lambda by 2d. So for smaller angles you can take tan theta is equal to theta. So we have angular width is 2 times. So this becomes this is equal 2 times means 2 will get cancelled. So you can, or else direct also you can write 2 times lambda by 2d into 2, no, isn't it? It cancel. So we have directly lambda divided by d. So instead of doing all this, if you didn't remember, you can go by this procedure. Okay. So as the value of lambda is given to you, d is given to you, substitute that value will get in radians. Okay, student. So lambda value is given, and as well as the slit width separation is also given. Sorry. Therefore, you can find the values by substituting here. Right? So here, what the value of lambda given? 500 nanometer. Distance slits is given 0.05 millimeter. Find it. So we'll get the answer. Here, theta will be in terms of radians. Okay. Yeah. This question based on the interference, but we have also same angular width and diffraction pattern also. Okay, friends. We'll go for next question. Now next is based on magnetostatics we have here. A current carrying wire is formed in the shape of hexagon having 50 number of turns. Yeah, we have a current carrying wire. Okay, is formed the shape of a hexagon and having 50 number of turns. We have to find your magnetic field. Okay, magnetic field at the center of here. Magnetic field at the center of hexagon in terms of mu naught by I value here, where A is side of hexagon. So you can draw a hexagon here. The current is flowing through this one. The direction of the current I value is given. Now you see direction of magnetic field you can find out by you can use right hand rule or in a circular loop. In the direction of sense of current will rotate, isn't it? So when you do by using Ampere's right hand rule or by using the sense of rotation direction current in the closed loops. So because of this, how we'll have here magnetic field lines in everyone, isn't it? So the entering, if you consider in this region, they are entering from this region, they are coming outside. So because of this side, the field will come outside. So because of this also, if you draw the field lines over here, if you hold by right hand rule, field lines are coming out. So you can say at the center again, the direction of field is outward. Same is the case because of this also, field will be outward. So all 6 sides will contribute. The net field will be out of the plane of the paper. So you can write. So because of each. So as we have finite length conductor. If you have a finite length conductor, so if I is carrying a current, okay, so any particular distance, if you want the magnetic field, so a distance r, so if they are subtending some angle here, so at this point, if I take alpha and beta are the angles, Direct formula we know. The magnetic field strength is given by what is the formula? Mu naught I by 4 pi d into sine alpha plus sine beta, isn't it? So here, if you all this is equal sides, all are there. So this distance you can find out. Say small d here. If you join these lines, so everywhere will have identical, equal angles they will made here. Each angle will be 60 degrees over here, students. And equilateral triangles they are forming. This is also here A. So if you consider here, this particular distance will be how much now? Yes, this is B. This angle will be 30 degrees. Fine. This is over here A. If it is projection length here, this is A cos 30. So what is the value of A cos 30? Root 3 by 2A. So the distance we got. So this R value no. Now R value means here we not away 4 by D. You can say the distance D is equal to R here. This D value is known to us alpha and beta. So how much this particular current carrying element is making angle at the center? Equilateral triangle, angular bisector. So this angle will be 30 degrees. And this angle also 30 degrees. But it's not a single loop. How many number of loops are given? 50 turns. So because of each turns, entire field gets added up. Therefore, number of turns into field because of each side over here. Okay. And how many sides are there complete here? In hexagon, 6 sides are there. So you can find out here, number of turns is here 50 into magnetic field because of each value. We can calculate separately here. Anyhow, is asking answer in terms of mu naught by Ia. So don't touch that particular term here. Mu naught I as it is you can write. So mu naught into I by, yes, this is 4 pi into B value. Just now we found the value of B, how much here? Root 3 by 2A, isn't it? So into here sine alpha. Sine alpha is 30, sine alpha, sine 30 is 1 by 2. Again beta also 30, sine 30 1 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, how much this becomes? 1, isn't it? So we can write now here this value because of single loop if you write, or single side you can say, this will be mu naught I by A. Anyhow we want the answer in terms of that one. So separately write down. So this will become 2 1s are here, 2 2s are. So we can write it out as, how much will get here? Mu naught I by A separately if you write. So 1 by 2 root 3 will get. Of course pi is there. Fine. Now substitute this B value because of each side will go over here. This will be mu naught I by A into 1 by 2 root 3 pi into 6. So we end up with the answer which is simplified. Simplification you can do now. The main concept is important here. 50 root 3. Because of each side, field is from the center, it is coming out. So the field is a vector quantity. So you can add field because of 6 sides combination. So net field will be entirely out of the plane of this particular what? Board and will be multiplied. And we have should not forget here number of turns is given. Same, and that will be the answer for this question. Okay, children? Yeah. Next, one more question we have based on this one. Next is on photoelectric effect. We have this question. So if you consider in photoelectric effect, Einstein's equation, everyone knows, all of you, isn't it? Yesterday also same question in first slip we have seen the question. That based on stopping potential he asked the question. Now today he is asking the question based on what you can call here work function is asking. Work function. So you know, yes students. Now coming for here, as you know, so on the metal surfaces, so when photo means light here, when light falls on the metal surfaces, what happens here? Electrons are ejected from the surface of the metal. So our total energy, by conservation of energy, the energy which is incidenting on the metal surface is equal to the minimum amount of energy required to liberate the electrons from the metal surface, which we call as work function, isn't it? That is the value of work function. So out of some part of energy utilized to liberate the electron, work function, and remaining energy will be utilized to increase the what? Increase the kinetic energy of the electrons, photoelectrons. So therefore, now see here, once the photo actually function here, work function for a given metal is constant. When it is constant, when the light is falling over here, so after, okay, remaining energy, complete energy utilized to just increase the kinetic energy. We can call it as maximum kinetic energy. So here is asking on changing the wavelength and changing the wavelength in the radiation from 500 nanometer to 200 nanometer. The resultant maximum kinetic energy becomes 3 times original value. Find the work function of the metal. You have to find out. Now see, initial energy, what you can say here, h mu, that is hc by lambda, you can write down. So this will be equal to work function is constant, students, plus kinetic energy initial you can take as E, right? So here answer is given in terms of electron volts. You have to find out. As you know, the energy E is equal to hc by lambda. This is equal to symbol. Keep in mind. So if you take lambda in nanometer, okay, if you want energy in electron volt by substituting the values of Planck constant and velocity of light, you know generally very well how much? 1240 divided by lambda in nanometer. If you take lambda in angstroms, 12,400 you have to take. So as is asking the answer in terms of electron volt, so please keep in mind this conversion here. So here Sc by lambda, so electron volt. So if substitute here 1240, so divided by initial wavelength is given as here 500 nanometer. So 500 nanometer, this will be work function plus initial kinetic energy E. So if you simplify this one, students, so how much you will get here? So 225 are, so 2 6 are, here 2 4 are. So now here we can simplify this value, eh? So divided by, because I will not spend time for this one. Okay, again, so we will get equation in terms of work function plus this is maximum kinetic energy. You can write K if you want, if you got confused. Okay, so initial kinetic energy. This is equation number 1. Okay, and second one is saying when the wavelength is changed to 200 nanometer, students. So when the wavelength is changed to 200 nanometer, so you can write it 64 by 25. You can keep. Why? Because we are going to take subtraction here. You can simplify it. Now when you change the wavelength to 200 nanometer, what do you get here now again? 1240 divided by, so 200 nanometer. So this will be on the same metal, no? So work function remains the same. Therefore, but kinetic energy increased 3 times here. Kinetic energy increased 3 times means what here now you can write 3 times K, you can write, students. Okay. Now our aim is to find the work function. You have to find out. Our aim is to find work function. So we have 2 equations. Just do here. What do you do? Our aim is to cancel kinetic energy. Yes, we want an equation in terms of work function. So multiply this first equation with 3. Okay, and subtract over here, and you will end up with the answer for work function. I hope you will do simplification. My concept is here, when the wavelength is changed here, what is happening here? Kinetic energy will change. Why? Because work function remains the same and wavelength you are changing. E is equal to Sc by lambda, students. So when lambda is changing here, E will change. When E is changing in the expression of energy, we know very well, work function remains the same. So definitely kinetic energy will change. So he's saying kinetic energy increased 3 times to corresponding value of what? So when wavelength is changed, that's why you have to find out what work function is. Just simplify the expression. We will be having what work function. Okay, this is what question based on what here photoelectric. Yesterday also same question, but here yesterday he asked about kinetic energy. Now you can write maximum kinetic energy as E times stopping potential. Same expression, just simplification. Okay, yeah. I hope this question clear. And let us go for next question. Yeah, students, based on the memory of the children, this we have framed the question. We have come across the discussion. So these are the questions so far which we collect and we could able to recall the things. Okay, thank you all. Next will be taken by the chemistry sirs. Okay, so please go ahead. Thank you all.
Hello?
So we have chemistry questions now. We'll take one by one. So we have first question. Novestrol will give which of the following reactions? You know, this is an anti-fertility drug, Novestrol. So he's asking, what are the reactions that it undergo? Many times, every day this chemistry and everyday life question is coming. So today it's asked about Novestrol. Yeah, Novestrol is having a here one methyl group is there. Here we have one OH group and even one C triple bond CH group is also there. And here we have phenolic OH. So we have OH, it is phenolic group. And here we have tertiary alcohol. And here we have alkyne. So you know, phenolic group can be tested by neutral ferric chloride. Phenolic group is tested by neutral ferric chloride. Next we have alkynes. Alkynes are tested by unsaturated compounds are tested by bromine water. Next we have another functional group here, the phenol alcohol, and then we have alkynes, and this is tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol will respond quicker to the Lucas reagent, anhydrous ZnCl2 consonant HCl. So total there are three functional groups in this molecule. One is phenolic group, other one is tertiary alcohol, and the other one we have is alkyne. So it is option A, where you can test for bromine water and then HCl ZnCl2 Lucas reagent and then neutral ferric chloride. Next, second question is given. It is regarding SN1 reaction. Rx will give you R plus and X minus, and afterwards nucleophile attacks on R plus, giving R and U. So if you see this part, we have four options given regarding this. We have to find the correct options. Which statement is or correct for this? So first one, polarity of the solvent decreases, then the rate of the reaction increases. You know, in the case of SN1 reactions, as the polarity of the solvent increases, the dissociation will increase in the RDS step. So it will give you more R plus and X minus, more readily it gives. So the reactivity will also be increased. So is giving that polarity of the solvent decrease, then the rate of the reaction increases, which is a wrong option. Next, a strong nucleophile is more suitable for this reaction. You know, SN1 and E1 both are favored by weak nucleophile or weak bases. So even the second option is wrong. Yeah, come to third option. R is bulky, then carbocation become more stable. Exactly correct. So when you go for carbocations, bulkiness increasing means what the meaning? The number of alkyl groups are increasing around this. Number of carbons are increasing around this. If the number of carbons are increasing, the carbocation becomes more stable. So if R is bulky, then carbocation become more stable. This is the correct option. Next, racemization takes place in this reaction. This is also correct. As you know, the formed alkyl carbocation is triangular planar. It can be attacked by the nucleophile from either side equally. So 50% on the front side, and you'll be having 50% on the back side. So racemization takes place in this reaction. So third and fourth, only third and fourth. That is the correct option. Yeah, next one, third question. Yeah. Which of the following has strongest acidic hydrogen? So if you see the acidic hydrogen, this is one acidic hydrogen, this is active methylene group. This is acidic hydrogen, this is connected to the carbon which is sp hybridized, and here this is also acidic hydrogen, as these two groups connected to this are electron withdrawing groups. Yeah, next here this is also active methylene group. So I say in option 1 you have active methylene group, in option 3 you have active methylene group, in option 4 also have active methylene group, and this is simply alkyne. So if you see the acidic nature, the active methylene group will be having more acidic nature. We know this in the order of acids. In that, as the electron withdrawing capacity increase, the acidic nature also increases. So if you see the electron withdrawing capacity, you have COOET, it is minus psi minus M group, and we have Cn, this is also electron withdrawing group. But if you see OCOCH3, in terms of inductivity it is minus psi, but in terms of mesomeric it is plus M. So anyhow, it is not so electron withdrawing. So you can remove the fourth option. Now you are left with two options, COOET and Cn. Cn is stronger electron withdrawing. So if you see the electron withdrawing nature, Cn is greater than COOET. So that's why we can say the third option is having more active hydrogen, more acidic hydrogen. Yeah, fourth one. Yeah, see the fourth question. It is about Jalda's method. Yeah, fourth question. Which of the following will not show Jalda's method? This is a common question. Every exam they are asking about this Jalda's method. So he is asking which of the following product. He gave some reactions. In the reactions you have to write the products. In that products you have to check whether they give Jalda's test or not. So here it is given lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride reduces cyanides to amines. Next, here NaNO2 HCl is given in the second option. It is diazonium chloride. In one of the grand tests also we got this question. When you have diazonium chlorides where nitrogen is present, that cannot give the Jalda's method. Next, we have SnCl to HCl. This is Stephen's reduction. What do we get here? CH2CHO. You get aldehyde. There is no nitrogen in this. So Jalda's method is given mainly by nitrogen. Nitrogen is not there in this. And diazonium ion also will not give the test for Jalda's method. Next, when you go for hydrogen nickel, we have cyanides converted to amines. So we have nitrogen carbon connected in this. So you will get option A correct. And even option D also, we got nitrogen carbon. So this will also be giving the Jalda's method. So it is option A and D. So he is asking which will not show, which will not show. So it is B and C. So second option. Yeah, any doubt? Anybody having? Yeah, next one. Yeah, fifth question. Effect of thermal power plants. So in a thermal power plant, we'll be heating, you'll be burning the fossil fuels, you'll be having the sulfur in it, you'll be having nitrogen in it. So when you're burning this, you'll get oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen. Oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen are responsible for acid rains. Effect of thermal power plants. So we are using fossil fuels, we are burning the fossil fuels where sulfur and nitrogen are present. So sulfur and nitrogen will give the corresponding oxides. So corresponding oxides of nitrogen and sulfur are responsible for acid rains. Acid rains. So we'll say answer is acid rains. Next, sixth question. Yeah. So in the sixth question we have which method is used for separating glycerol from spent lye? It is directly from both textbook, NCERT book we have. Glycerol from spent lye. So if you see glycerol, the boiling point of glycerol is very high. The boiling point of glycerol is closer to 390 degrees centigrade. So when you are heating the glycerol to such higher temperature, in order to separate them from the spent lye, the glycerol will undergo decomposition. So the point is, we are going to reduce the boiling point for this. How do we reduce the boiling points? So what is boiling point definition, Anna? When you have a liquid like this, the vapor pressure of the liquid should be equal to atmospheric pressure. So what we are trying to do is, in the process of reduced pressure distillation, vapor pressure, whenever it becomes atmospheric pressure, we call it as boiling point. So to reach the atmospheric pressure, 390 degrees centigrade required temperature is required. So what we are doing is, we are decreasing the target here. Like, instead of having 1 atmosphere pressure as the atmospheric pressure, we are going to decrease the pressure by using reduced pressures. Now, the vapor pressure, whenever it becomes a reduced pressure, suppose instead of 1 atmosphere, we decrease the pressure to 0.5 atmosphere itself. So we can say, when the vapor pressure becomes 0.5 atmosphere itself, you can find the liquid start boiling. Suppose if I don't do this, if I has to reach the 1 atmosphere pressure, you require 390 degrees centigrade temperature, which is very high. So what we are doing is, we are decreasing the required pressure or target pressure so that it boils at a lower temperature than original boiling point. So we do this under reduced pressure distillation so that it doesn't undergo decomposition. When you go for such higher temperature to go for separation, the glycerol undergo decomposition. To avoid this decomposition, what we are doing is, we are going for reduced pressure distillation, where the atmospheric pressure or the target pressure we will decrease under reduced conditions. Yeah, next one, seventh question. Which of the following is most reactive towards nucleophilic addition? So, you know, nucleophilic addition. Nucleophilic addition is favored by two conditions. First condition is, on the carbonyl carbon, there should be more positive charge. Second condition is, the steric crowding should be less. There should be less steric crowding and more positive charge on the carbon. You know, aldehydes are more reactive than ketone for this, as ketones are having less positive charge on the carbon and more steric crowding also. So you can straightforward, you can eliminate these two options, as these two are ketones. Yeah, next, even this one is also ketone. So the only aldehyde that we have is acetaldehyde. The only aldehyde that we have is acetaldehyde. So aldehydes are having more reactivity than ketones for nucleophilic addition reaction, as they have more positive charge on the carbon and there will be less steric crowding. So because of these two reasons, aldehydes are more reactive towards nucleophilic addition than ketones. Next, eighth question. Yeah, smallest optically active alkene on hydrogenation. It's a good question. Followed by chlorine HNO. So in every exam they're asking about monohalogen derivatives. So I'm making one smallest alkene. which is optically active. So these are chiral carbon. Now do hydrogenation to this nickel hydrogen given. So I will get now number of monohalogen derivatives is asking. You see clearly number of monohalogen derivatives I am writing here. So here I am writing 1. Here 2. Next. And write on the. So I'll write this side. So that is 2. Next. So we have one chlorine here 3. So you can check now. These are the 4 derivatives we have. Yeah. So if I write chlorine here, we are getting this is chiral carbon. Chiral carbon means you will get 2 products. Next, when you write chlorine here, you are getting 2 chiral carbons. 2 chiral carbon means you will get 4 isomers. Next, when you are writing here, it is 1. Next, when you are writing here, this is also 1. So total you got 2 plus 4, 6. This one 7 and this one 8. So total there are 4. Total there are 8 monohalogen derivatives as he asked, including stereoisomers. Including stereoisomers. Yeah. Next one. Element we are having IUPAC name. An element having IUPAC name unNilinium. So we have un means 1, un means 1 we have, yeah, nil it is 0 and n we have 9. So it is 109. So this IUPAC name. Next question. Yeah, see the next question. Which of the following complex show optical isomerism? Optical isomerism. So when you go for this, option 1, you have cis isomer. So this is also of type MAA twice B2. You have cis isomer. Similarly, in the second option, MAA twice B2, we gave trans isomer. In third option, we have MA4B2, it's given cis, and in fourth option we have MA4B2 trans isomer. So if you go here, MA4B2, both cis isomer and trans isomer are optically inactive because of planar symmetry. Both MA4B2, cis isomer and trans isomer, they have planar symmetry, they are optically inactive. And if you go for MAA twice B2 trans isomer, yeah, this is also having planar symmetry. The trans isomer is also having planar symmetry, so this molecule is also optically inactive. So we have cis isomer CrCl2OX. OX is oxalate. Oxalate is AA type. So when you have MAA twice B2, you'll be having cis isomer. The cis isomer is optically active. and the trans isomer is optically inactive because of planar symmetry as I showed here, and cis isomer of MA4B2 and trans isomer of MA4B2 both are optically inactive. Yeah, next question. Boiling point of water is 373 Kelvin, then boiling point of H2S is given. So, you know, in a sixth group hydrides, when you go for H2O, H2S, H2SC, H2TE, the highest boiling point is there for H2O only because of hydrogen bonding. So, this is a boiling point order. So, this is the highest boiling point for hydrogen bonding only. It is because of, for water only, it is because of hydrogen bonding. When you compare this with any other, remaining all are actually gases. So, H2S is not having any boiling.
Sir, it should increase. Like sulfur, selenium, tellurium.
Sorry, H2TE, H2SC, and this part is H2. Yeah, it is H2TE, H2SC greater than H2S. So water is expected to have least boiling point, but water is having highest boiling point in the series because of hydrogen bonding. So there is a large gap between H2 and H2O and H2S. So here logically on the question you see option B is given more than 300 Kelvin but less than 373. We know one thing very clearly that H2O is having high boiling point. So because of that H2S will be less than 373 Kelvin. Should be less than 373. That much we are clear with. But is it less than 300 or not? So that depends upon this particular order. So highest is H2O and least is H2S. So that's why based on this gap you can guess about this. It is less than 300 Kelvin. Yeah, next one. So another one, it is pyrophosphoric acid. Pyrophosphoric acid. So what is pyrophosphoric acid structure? This is pyrophosphoric acid. This pyrophosphoric acid is having it is having how many P double bond O's? You are having how many POH bonds is asking. You are asking number of POH bonds, number of P double bond O bonds and number of POP bonds. So when you go for POP bonds, you are having only one POP bond. There is only one POP bond. Next one, we are having how many P double bond O's you see? P double bond O's. How many are there? Number of P double bond O's are 2. Next, how many POH bonds are there? Number of POH bonds are 4. So you are having 4. Is asking in the same sequence. Number of P double bond O's are 2, and POH bonds are 4, and POP bonds are 1. So the basicity of this is 4. So which option matches to this? This is the first option. P double bond O's are 2, POH bonds are 4, and POP bonds are 1. And next question. So it is about acidic buffer. Yeah, you have acidic buffer is asking which of the following can form the buffer. So for this, first you have to write the equation. So we have acetic acid plus sodium hydroxide gives you sodium acetate plus water. So in the solution, if you are left with acetic acid and sodium acetate, then it is called buffer solution. If you are left with acetic acid and sodium acetate, then you will be left with buffer solution. So if you go to the first option, it's given that 0.1 m 100 ml. So number of millimoles will be 100 into 0.1. It is going to be 10. Acetic acid and 0.1 into 200. So 20 into 0.1. So we'll be having 20 millimoles. 20 millimoles of sodium hydroxide given. 20 millimoles of sodium hydroxide given. Yeah. Now we'll be left with number of millimoles of acetic acid 0, number of millimoles of sodium hydroxide left 10, number of millimoles of sodium acetate left will also be 10. So we are left with, in the case 1, we are left with sodium hydroxide 10 millimoles and sodium acetate is also 10 millimoles. So when you have 10 millimoles of each, sodium hydroxide and sodium acetate, the solution will be basic and it can't be called as a buffer solution. It can't resist the change in pH as sodium hydroxide is there in the solution. Now, when you go to the second option, it is given that in case 2, it is given that 0.1 m 100 ml acetic acid. So as usual, 10 millimoles of acetic acid and 100 ml of 0.1 m sodium hydroxide. 100 into 0.1 is also 10 millimoles. So 10 millimoles will react with 10 millimoles. So this is 0, and this will be left with 10. So what are there in the solution? Only 10 millimoles of sodium acetate is there in the solution. If only sodium acetate is there, then it is not called as buffer solution. Next, go to the third case. You are adding 0.1 m HCl solution and 0.1 m NaCl solution. So this combination can never be called as a buffer as there is no weak acid in this. We are having strong acid. When you are adding sodium hydroxide, strong acid will respond and it will resist. It can't resist the change in pH. Yeah. Next one, we are left with fourth option. So you are having 0.1 m 100 ml acetic acid. So I say case 4, it is 10 millimoles of acetic acid, and we are having 0.1 m 200 ml sodium acetate. So this is 10 millimoles of acetic acid and 20 millimoles of sodium acetate directly given. So this is a combination of weak acid and it's solved with strong base. So this combination is a buffer solution. It's very basic and simple question. So in the first 3 options, it can't be a buffer solution. In the fourth case, it is a buffer solution. So I'm stopping here. Now Venkateshwarlu sir will continue for this.
Right. Right. Good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Right. See, generally, your gold and platinum are noble metals, right? Okay, right. Right. Okay. Right. Gold and platinum are noble metals generally, right? In electrochemical series, they are below the hydrogen, so that's why they don't react with HNO3 alone, right? So therefore, aqua regia is preferred, so aqua regia is
HNO3 plus 3 moles of HCl, right? 3 moles of HCl. So it gives rise to water plus NO plus chlorine gas is released. But I am not writing balance equation here. So chlorine gas is released, right? So now here they are asking which of the following gas is released. But here chlorine is also there, no, but NO chlorine is not there. Therefore, we can select answer is NO. Then what about this chlorine? Chlorine is a good oxidizing agent, right? Therefore, gold reacts with the Cl2. It gives rise to AuCl3 and gold valency is 3. But still it is insoluble in presence of HCl. 3 moles of HCl is there, right? So then here complex compound is formed. Then gold is soluble in aqua regia. So similarly, platinum also can react with the Cl2. Getting? So it gives rise to PtCl3. Sorry, platinum Cl4. Platinum valency is the 4. Here gold valency is the 3. And further it reacts with HCl. It gives rise to H2PtCl6. So complex is formed. Means complex means here gold is soluble and platinum is soluble in state. So like this, gold and platinum are soluble in aqua regia. So 1:3 moles ratio, right? So generally, gold and platinum are not affected by HNO3 because of in electrochemical series, gold and platinum are below the hydrogen, so that's why they are insoluble in nitric acid. That's why aqua regia is taken. So the gas released is here NO. Therefore, the answer will be second one NO. Right? Yeah. We'll go to the next question. Right. So here. Right. Look here. So weakest bond. So here generally bond order is directly proportional to bond strength or bond energy and is inversely proportional to bond length. Right? So according to MOT theory, molecular orbital theory, here we can find a bond order of NO plus and NO minus and NO. So this is generally, I'll write the structure here. NO plus total electrons 7 plus 8. 7 total electrons 7 plus 8 15 plus 1 means we need to subtract 1. Total 14 electrons are there, right? So but I'll tell you a shortcut. And so generally 14 electrons bond order will be 3.0. 15 electrons bond order is 2.5. 16 electrons bond order is 2.0. 17 electrons bond order is 1.5. 18 electrons bond order is 1.0. Similarly, if 13 electrons are there total, then this will be 2.5 and 12 2.0, 11 1.5 and 10 electrons 1.0. Please note down, students, this is a shortcut method to find out the bond order here. So directly you can apply the shortcut method to find out the bond order, right? Now, so directly we can write here 14 electrons means here bond order is 3.0, right? Fine. Next one is NO minus. NO minus means here 7 plus 18 minus 1 means we should add 1 electron. 7 plus 18 plus 15 and 16 electrons. And 16 electrons bond order is 2.0. Getting? Next one is NO. NO bond order is how much? 7 plus 8, 15. 15 bond order is 15 electrons, then bond order is 2.5. So this will be useful and trick. Note down that one, right? Now then how to find here NO plus? Structure is similar to CO2 structure. The structure is similar to NO2 plus. So therefore here directly we can write the bond order is 2, right? Bond order is 2. Now you can predict here by seeing this relation here. So bond order is directly proportional to bond energy. So which one has highest bond order, students? NO plus, right? Therefore we can select this answer, NO plus. Understand? So please note down this one, the shortcut method. You can apply for even homodiatomic molecules and heterodiatomic molecules also, right? So this structure is similar to CO2. CO2 bond order is 2. Similarly, here NO2 plus bond order is 2. So you can see the relation here. You can apply the relation to find out the bond energy or bond strength order, right? Let us go to the next.
Weakest bond he asked.
Sir, they asked weakest bond.
Weakest bond, sir.
Yeah, you can select
NO
that.
minus.
Okay, right. Okay, right.
Sir, please zoom in. Sir, sir please zoom in.
Oh yeah, we're zooming. Just
Right. Alright, students. So this question is from second year. This question is from second year. Qualitative properties and this question. So this question is from qualitative properties, right? So here the concept is related to solubility of gases in water. Solubility of gases in water, that was explained by the Henry's law. Henry's law. According to the Henry's law, pressure is equal to Henry's constant. Henry's constant into mole fraction. Henry's constant into mole fraction. So here we can remove the constant here, then we can get the relation between pressure and mole fraction of the gas. So with the increase in pressure, the mole fraction of the gas increases, means more amount of the gas will be soluble in the water. So that was explained by the Henry's law, right? So now here we can give the general relation between here. Look at the here 4 gases are there. They are represented by alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and the K values are given and the KH values are given here. So here, and one more relation we can write here. KH is inversely proportional to solubility of the gas, and solubility of the gas is inversely proportional to KH. So by looking at this relation, we can eliminate this option. Alpha is more soluble in water. Alpha is more soluble in water. No, because of here it has highest value. Alpha KH value is the highest value among the given values. Therefore, it has the least solubility. Therefore, this is not the answer. Now, pressure of gamma related to gamma value is given 2K bar. Pressure is KH value is given. Now, pressure is asking. Then how to find the pressure? Pressure is equal to KH value. How much is given KH for regarding second option? Gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma. Gamma value is how much here? 2 into 2 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, fine. 2 into 10 power minus 3. Now this is the mole fraction of the gas, and this is the mole fraction of the gas. Here 55.5 molar solution is given, means what? 55.5 solutant. That is the moles of the solute. Solute is a gas. So what is the mole fraction here? Mole fraction of the gas is equal to number of moles of the gas by number of moles of the gas plus number of moles of the water, right? So number of moles of the gas. Gas is a solutant. Molar solution means here number of moles of gas is 55.5 by 55.5 plus. Here generally molar solution. Generally molarity is calculated for 1 liter of the solution here. 1 liter of the solution. In 1 liter of the solution here, getting, so 1 liter. So density is equal to mass by volume. Density is equal to mass by volume. Generally 1 liter volume is so 1000 grams water, right? So 1000 by 18. Got it? 55.5 molar solution means here 55.5 is the number of moles of the gas, but 1 liter solution. Generally here it is not mentioned, but we should understand here. Molarity is calculated for 1 liter solution. 1 liter of the water. So 1 liter of the water means generally density of the water is 1 gram per ml, right? 1000 ml means 1000 grams. So 1000 by weight by molecular weight is 18. So that we will get here 2 into 10 power minus 3. Here it is given in kilo bar. K. So you can convert into 1000 and this 1000 into 1 by 200. Because of 1000 by 18 is 55.5, then this will be 1 by 2, 2 is cancelled, then this will be the 1. Yeah, so this is the correct option, second one. Okay, similarly, we need to check in the remaining cases also. Same formula, getting? So I think here generally students get confusion here, volume of the solution is not given, getting? And here number of moles of water is given, then how to find, definitely will get the doubt and student get doubt. So but here no need to get the doubt, and here molarity is calculated for 1 liter, means 1 liter of water is given. Then weight is not given now, so that density is equal to density of the water is equal to mass by volume of the water. So volume is 1000 ml, density is 1, then mass is 1000. So that's why I have taken the 1000 by 18. So like this. So second one will be the answer. Similarly, the same procedure we have to follow for third option and fourth option. Yes. Now we'll move to the next question. Right. Yeah. So students, this is related to right. Yeah, this is related to conductance and means electrochemistry question. We can say that here. See here, first of all, we need to understand NaCl and BaSO4. NaCl is a strong electrolyte, no doubt, and BaSO4 is a sparingly soluble salt. Then whenever compared to the NaCl and BaSO4 solubility, NaCl solubility is more. That's why it has more number of ions. Therefore, as the number of ions increases, conductance increases. And so obviously, so students get confusion among 1 and 4 only. But here NaCl is a strong electrolyte. BaSO4 is a sparingly soluble salt. Means number of ions are very less compared to the NaCl. Therefore, obviously we can say that here C1 related to the conductance of the NaCl and C2 is related to the conductance of BaSO4. Therefore, C1 is greater than C2, no doubt. Then what about this one? C1 T1 is greater than C1 T2. See, generally here C1 is related to NaCl and but here we is asking temperature T1. Suppose if temperature is increased, then what happens? In case of strong electrolyte, there is no effect of temperature and because of already they are completely soluble. No, that's why there is no effect of the temperature. Therefore, we can neglect this option here. So anyhow, C2 is not greater than C1 because of C2 is related to BaSO4. BaSO4 is a sparingly soluble salt. Yes. So option is C1 is greater than CO2. Is greater than CO2. We can select because of strong electrolyte and it is a weak electrolyte. We can say that. Therefore, this is also not the answer. So first one is option correct. Right? Yeah. Next question. Yeah, this is straightforward question only. This is related to Tyndall effect, right? So two conditions must be satisfied. One is the diameter of the dispersed particles is not much smaller than the wavelength of the light used. And that means the wavelength of the dispersed particles must be more than the wavelength of the light used. Therefore, B is the correct option. And next, the refractive indices of the dispersed phase and dispersed medium differ greatly in the magnitude. Then only it can show the Tyndall effect. So B and D. B and D is the correct answer. The diameter of the dispersed particles is not much smaller, and it must be greater than the wavelength of the light used. Then only it can show the Tyndall effect. So this is straightforward question. So you can find this question from surface chemistry, right? Next one. Yeah. Right. So this is octahedral complex, right? This is octahedral complex because of coordination number is a 6. But water is a weak field ligand. Water is a weak field ligand. Yeah. Yeah, so this is related to CFT, crystal field theory. Crystal field theory, what is a weak field ligand? We have two types of ligands, strong field ligands and weak field ligands. So, but here, what is a weak field ligand? And weak field ligand, therefore, we can first we have to calculate the oxidation state of the titanium. Titanium oxidation state is here +3 because of water is a neutral ligand. So, here titanium +3. Titanium +3 means here scandium, titanium means 3d1 and so 3d1 and 4s0. First electrons are removed from 4s orbital, next electrons are removed from 3d. So based on the energy, so titanium +3 is a 3d1 and right. But it's a weak field ligand, no pairing takes place, right? So 3d1 means first electrons are entered into here according to CFT. Getting the d orbitals are deviate into the two sets and EG set and T2G set. So T2G set and EG set and here EG set and T2G set here. Getting that here difference is delta naught here. So that is here 3 orbitals are present here, 2 orbitals are present here. Getting so here generally in octahedral complex ligands approach along the x y z axis. That's why dx square y square dz square energy is raised because of the more repulsion takes place. That's why EG orbitals energy is more than T2G orbitals. Therefore here CFSE formula is there here. CFSE is equal to -0.4 into T2G electrons plus 0.6 into EG electrons and EG electrons. Getting and in delta naught. Getting. So now -0.4 into T2G electron is the one here. There is no electrons in EG electrons. So into delta naught. So this will be the -0.4 into delta naught. Delta naught already is given and so then CFSE is equal to -0.4 into 20,300 and so you'll get in centimeter inverse. But here you can convert into the joules. This many centimeter inverse is equal to this many kilojoules, then you can convert into this centimeter inverse into kilojoules. And so this is CFT question. Yes, understand? Yeah. Now let us move to the next question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. Good. Okay, right. Look here. Mole fraction is given and a solution is given. Glucose solution. So glucose is a solute, water is a solvent here. So XA plus XB and a mole fraction of glucose plus mole fraction of water is equal to 1 and yes. In a solution, binary solution here, it's a binary solution because of two compounds are there, two components are there. One is a glucose, another one is a water. Therefore, even though if more than two components are present, sum of the mole fractions is always equal to 1 and so now here mole fraction of the glucose is given. So 0.1 is given, then mole fraction of the water is equal to 1. Then mole fraction of the water is equal to 0.9 and right. So now here generally students here mole fraction of glucose by mole fraction of the water is equal to number of moles of glucose by number of moles of water and because of number of moles of gas by total moles here also same, here also the same, right? So that means here mole fraction ratio is there no. So 0.1 and 0.9. So 0.1 by 0.9 is equal to number of moles of glucose by number of moles of water, right? So number of moles of water is 0.9, number of moles of glucose is 0.1 and now is asking calculate the percentage of weight by weight of water. sample. What is a sample here? Glucose solution and so now we need to calculate here percentage weight by weight and so here weight of the water. Weight of the water here moles we calculated, right? We know the moles. Moles into molecular weight 80 by 80. So this is what is the meaning of weight by weight here? Weight of the solute. Sorry, not here. Weight of the water by weight of the water plus weight of the glucose. But moles are there. That's why I'm multiplying with their molecular weight. So here 0.1 into glucose molecular weight is 180. So like this you can calculate percentage they are asking into 100. Ready? So this is a way of calculation of percentage weight by weight of water in the sample. Understand? Very simple question this is. Right. Yeah, solid state question this is. Solid state question and so here density is equal to Z. Right. So here solid state question density is equal to Z into getting molar mass by Avogadro number into volume. Volume is equal to here AQ, right? So here in a solid substance, edge length of the unit cell is given and A is given, right? Edge length A is given 405 picometers is given and density is given. Density 10.9 is given. 10.9 is given. And the molar mass is also given. That molar mass is here 109 grams. And then you can substitute here. Even what is the Z here? Z is the effective number. And first we need to calculate the effective number. Here density is given. Volume is not given, but edge length is given. Whenever the edge length is given, you can calculate the volume. So volume is equal to AQ, right? So then we can calculate the Z value. So Z is equal to D into Avogadro number into volume. So here volume is not given. In case of volume, we should write here AQ. Getting length into breadth into height. As it is a cell, A into A cube. So density into Avogadro number into A cube by M and. So then Z is equal to density. Density is how much is given? 0.9. Avogadro number 6.023 into 10 power 23. A cube. It is given in picometers and you can write into 10 power minus 10. 10 power minus 10 centimeter because of it is given centimeter whole cube by molar mass is given 109 grams and approximately will get here 4N. So Z effective is a 4 means FCC unit cell, no? Yes, it is the FCC unit cell. Therefore 4R is equal to A root 2, right? Then A is equal to 4R by root 2 only. 4R by, they are asking radius. So you can calculate the radius. R is equal to A root 2 by 4. So you can getting Z value is, so A is given now. A is given. See, first of all here with this, what is the use of the calculating Z value only? It is a FCC unit cell. Based in FCC unit cell, 4R is equal to A root 2, right? In FCC unit cell, 4R is equal to A root 2. Therefore, means to find the radius or to give the relation between the radius and edge length, first we need to find the Z based on the given data. Z is equal to 4 means it is a FCC unit cell. If Z is equal to 2, it is a BCC, but we got here 4 FCC unit cell. In FCC unit cell, relation between the radius and edge length is this. So now here A is given, substitute the A value, then you can calculate the radius value. Okay, right. Next we'll move to the next question.
Last question.
Yeah. See, this is related to the volume strength and volume strength of H2O2. So generally here H2O2 undergo decomposition very easily. So based on the So here it is related to the volume strength question. So directly you can use the formula here. Molarity is equal to volume by 11.2, and one more formula is there. Normality is equal to V by 5.6, and here volume strength is given directly here. Sorry, they are asking volume strength and molarity is given. Molarity is given, so that is 8.9 is equal to V by 11.2. 11.2. So here relation is equal to, then volume is equal to 8.9 into 11.2. So like this we can calculate the volume strength. So directly remember these formulas. Molarity is equal to V by 11.2, normality is equal to V by 5.6 here. So you can give the here n factor is 2, and in case of H2O2 n factor is the 2. So therefore normality is equal to molarity into n factor. So normality is equal to molarity into n factor is the 2. So by putting your m value, then you can calculate the normality. Normality is equal to V by 5.6. So these are straight formulas. So remember, try to remember these two formulas, molarity and normality. In case of H2O2, how to find the volume strength, right? Right. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you, students. So we have done 2 days of paper discussion, and hope you have taken the advantage of how exactly the mains paper will be, and it will be useful for you if you are preparing for the mains exam of next academic year. Good luck. Take care. Stay safe. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Vamshi sir. Vamshi sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Right.
Okay, sir.
Goodbye, sir. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.